What an exciting day it is. Welcome everyone to the stream. Getting ready to go live on the radio in just a minute, and we got a lot to talk about. Oh man, this thing with Elon Musk now finally taking over Twitter is so big, so huge. I mean, this is without question just like one of the biggest game changers that you could possibly imagine. So I'm going to talk about that right in the beginning of the program today. We're going to be live on the air in just a few seconds. Oh man, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. And everyone follow me on Twitter. I pinned my Twitter link to the top of the chat. Here we go. Oh man.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Yes, yes. Oh man. How exciting. What a great day. You know, I had pretty much given up that Elon Musk was going to actually get Twitter. This guy, you know, you're not the richest African American for not knowing how to run a business negotiation, because Elon Musk, on more than one occasion, I'm sure this happened with a lot of you all too, Elon had convinced me that he really wasn't even interested in buying Twitter anymore. How many times? And boom, he got it. Now let me tell you something here. Let me tell you. This is without question the biggest media event to ever happen. This is game-changing. This is like as big as when news first debuted on television in American living rooms in the nightly news. This is massive. This would be the equivalent. Elon Musk now buying Twitter, firing the executives. He's going to end the lifetime bans. That means we're going to see Donald Trump back. We're going to see Mike Lindell back. We're going to see Laura Loomer back. My friend Laura Loomer. Oh my goodness, she must be like so excited. You know, this is an amazing thing. This is an amazing thing. Elon Musk taking over Twitter. This would be the equivalent as if President Trump took over CNN. It's that big of a deal, okay? You know, the establishment, global elitists, have been for the last, I don't know how many years now, because Twitter, it took a while for Twitter to become what it is today, but for the last, I don't know, 5 or so years, Twitter has been used to influence almost everything in our lives. Even if you don't use the internet, even if you don't have internet access and you don't have a cell phone, your life has been influenced by Twitter, because they have been using Twitter to push things to make you think it's a big deal. I give big it's been pushed on financial scams. You know, this whole cryptocurrency thing. And I know I get a lot of haters out there about crypto. Cryptocurrency is worth nothing. It's ridiculous. It doesn't even exist. It's in the air. You know, gold and silver, you have it in your hand, you hold it. It's like, you know, the reason crypto is where it is because of Twitter. They tell you what's important, who's important, what's trending, what you should be concerned about. You know how many people on YouTube, you know how a lot of these people come up with the titles for their YouTube videos? You know how? Or the topics? What's trending on Twitter? You know, and this has been used not as an informational source. It's been used as something else. Let me tell you, when the internet was new was when Bill Clinton was president, and they called it the information superhighway. Do you remember that? The information superhighway. No one knew what the internet was. That's what they called it. And it was going to be a place where information was going to flow, and it was going to be free, and all this stuff. All lies. All lies. The internet is not used as a place of free-flowing information. It's used as a weapon, and it's also used as a control mechanism to control the population. And Elon Musk taking over Twitter, oh my goodness. And he's fired the exec, he's taken over as CEO. So his main focus is going to be Twitter right now. By the way, follow me on Twitter, okay? Follow me on Twitter at Brian Craig Show. If you've not been on your Twitter in a long time, get back on it. If you deleted your Twitter when they banned Trump, okay, get back on Twitter. You want to get back on Twitter because we are at the beginning of one of the most amazing media events ever. And I know it's hard for a lot of people to understand, and you may think I'm overhyping it. I'm underhyping this. Now, I want you to think about this. On January 6th, during the Capitol breach, that was a national crisis, which I think all of us would agree, regardless of what if you're MAGA, if you're a liberal, whatever you are. January 6th was a crisis. And what did Twitter do? This was insane. Twitter was so powerful with those liberal, very self-important people running it, that during the time of a national crisis, the liberal eggheads at Twitter banned the sitting president of the United States and cut off all lines of communication from the White House to the outside world. And after Twitter did it, the other places did it. So we had a crisis going on. We had a national emergency. And some people at Twitter, who I hope to find out real soon from Elon Musk, some liberal loons at Twitter cut off the lines of communication from the sitting president of the United States to the outside world and to the American people during a time of crisis. And now they spent the last 2 years saying, well, he wouldn't tell his people not to do. How can he tell anybody anything if you cut him off? And that tells you how powerful. They were more powerful than the president of the United States in their mind. That tells you the kind of influence they've had over our lives. And I'm looking forward to Elon Musk doing a lot of things here. One, I want a detailed report from Elon, given to the world, not to me personally, but the richest African American, Elon Musk. I want a detailed report on what happened that day. How did the President of the United States get banned from Twitter during time of national crisis? My goodness, I want to know about that. And I do expect that we're going to see a whole bunch of information come out about high-profile people that were either banned or shadow banned beyond President Trump. This is a new era, people. And now listen, these global elitist liberals that think that we are peasants, a bunch of serfs that are supposed to do as they say, they're going to try to find another means of control. But this is a big blow to the elitist, to the establishment of both parties, to Hollywood, to the Democrats, to the globalists. You know, this talk, World Economic Forum lovers, UN lovers. This is amazing what just happened here. And it cannot be understated. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. I expect to start seeing today some high-profile people who were banned go in and try to start new accounts. You know, Laura Loomer, Mike Lindell, people like that have been banned. Now remember, Fridays is open phones here on the program. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. On Friday, today's Friday, you can call in about any and everything you have on your mind, not limited to the topics that we bring up here on the program. So it is open phones on Friday, Open MAGA Mike Friday. But I do want to hear some people talk about this. I mean, I am very excited. And get back on Twitter if you left. Now, here's a question I want to ask you. Will President Trump get back on Twitter? Now, he's got his own social media platform that exists because what Twitter did to him. And that's awesome. And I'm on Truth Social too, and I love Truth Social and anything President Trump does, okay? Whether it's Trump Steaks, Trump Ties, or Truth Social, I love it. Anything Trump does, I love. I mean, that's a given, right? However, President Trump said a few months back that he would not return to Twitter. What do you guys think about that? I expect Elon Musk to turn President Trump's account back on. He'll turn it back on. He doesn't need his permission to do that. He can lift the ban and turn President Trump's Twitter account back on with the blue check mark and all. Do you think Trump will go back and use Twitter? I think he will. I don't think he'll be able to resist having a platform with that many people out there. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. Your thoughts on Elon taking over the Twitter. And do you think President Trump will make his return? If it's only one tweet to say, I'm back when I want to be. Follow me on True Social. That'll be his tweet. But even if he just tweeted that, do you think he will return to Twitter, President Trump? I think he will. Why wouldn't he? Right? Why wouldn't he? Not just, believe me, True Social will be fine. There's plenty of space for Twitter and True Social. I'm very excited to see some other things, too, about Twitter with Elon Musk that I'll start talking about after the break. Now, if you're on hold, stand by, callers. We will go to the phones after the break. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the air before the Internet had even been invented, 1977. That's right. That's right. Celebrating 45 years on the radio. My name is Brian Craig. Steve will be joining us in progress later. Follow me on Twitter at Brian Craig Show on Twitter. Brian Craig Show on Twitter. Callers on hold, you stand by. I'll go to the phones after the break. And, of course, open phones, open MAGA Mike Friday on the program today. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. We'll be right back after this. 1-888-465. Oh, man. Are you guys as excited as I am about this? I mean, this is really a major blow to this globalist elitist that have been pushing us around. Oh, this is so exciting. I'm excited. Follow me on Twitter, guys. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Yes. Welcome to the stream, everyone. If you're new, subscribe. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Oh, man, I had to take my daughter to the airport this morning, and I didn't know I had to get up as early as I did to take her, so I got about 3 hours sleep last night, but that's okay. This is an amazing day, people. Oh, this is my pillow bathrobe. I brought that in today because I want to talk about that. That makes a great Christmas gift. I've got a lot of wires on me, so I don't know if I can put it on while I'm wired up, but these are half off with our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout. The My Pillow bathrobe. And, oh man, this is so comfortable. Yeah, use our promo code KANE and huge discounts. Let me see. It says, yeah, half off. All sizes, all colors. This is the heavy one. There's also a lighter one with my promo code KANE. I got to do a commercial for this when I get back after the break. But most definitely, a comfy robe. No doubt about it. Oh, man.
Think you might have COVID? Have you come into contact with someone who is sick? Are you traveling and need a COVID test? Same-day PCR testing is available at any lab test now at Boca in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western Beef is. South of Palmetto on the east side of 441. Open Monday through Saturday.
All right.
Appointment necessary.
So rumor has it that Staples has everything I need to ship.
We have all the shipping supplies.
Oh, yes.
Mailers.
Yeah, and we have UPS here in store.
This is a great robe. Half off with the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout.
What will they think of next?
Makes a great Christmas gift. I got to tell everybody about it after the break on the radio. Got about a minute left till we come back from the break. Oh, man, I am so jazzed up about Elon Musk taking over Twitter. You have no idea. They have used Twitter to control our lives for the last 5-6 years. And we're not going to let that happen anymore. We took it back. Look what they did. Liberals always do this. They get a little control. They never know when to stop pushing. You know, they banned Trump, which was the first domino. And then they banned, was it the Babylon Bee? They banned the Babylon Bee, and that's what inspired Elon Musk to go out there and buy it. It was just too much. They did themselves in. Liberals always do themselves in because they have no boundaries, boundary issues. They keep pushing, and they push too far. All right, here we go. Is Alex Jones on Twitter? He'll be back.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
It sure is. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show. I brought into the radio station today, those watching on YouTube can see, I'm wearing my MyPillow bathrobe. You know, the MyPillow bathrobes make great Christmas gifts. You want to go to MyPillow.com and start doing your Christmas shopping now. The bathrobes are half off right now. Half off the MyPillow bathrobes. I have one. My wife has one. And by the way, they have all the robes are currently in stock, all sizes, all colors for both men and women. My bathrobe is the heavy robe. That's what I like. But they also have a lighter robe, too, that you can take advantage of. Half off with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. And I'm telling you, do your Christmas shopping early. Go get those bathrobes. They're great gifts for your spouse, right? Your husband, your wife, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, even the kids will love the MyPillow bathrobe. Half off with our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com. And you want to go and buy them now because I'm telling you, as we get closer to the holidays, they're going to start running out of sizes and colors. This happened last year. In fact, during the whole month of December, they were out of stock. And it even went into November because the MyPillow bathrobes are one of the most popular items at MyPillow.com. So go get yours. Take advantage. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. All right, so we're celebrating the defeat of the globalist, of the establishment, of the Republican, Democrat establishment. Elon Musk now owns one of their biggest tools of manipulation, Twitter. And he didn't waste any time firing execs and has taken over control as CEO. This is the biggest media event really of our lifetimes. I would say, as I said in the first segment, this is the equivalent of President Trump buying CNN. It's that big of a deal, all right? You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Oh, hey, Mike.
You're right, this is big, but here's the deal. Basically, President Trump is a man of his word. Everything he promised in 2016, he did, right? Now, granted, some of the stuff got reversed by executive order, but a lot of the stuff he promised he did. So if he's promising not to go back to Twitter, I take the man at his word.
Well, you know, but things are different now. I don't. So you say Trump won't even go on Twitter and say, "Follow me on Truth Social"? If Elon turns on his account,
might do that. He might do that, but that's the thing. We got to see how the wind blows with Trump. You know, that's the thing. If he does do that, that's exactly what he's going to do. Follow me on Truth. So I'm back, but when I want to be.
Yeah, that would be a great tweet. Just once to let us know that he can be back if he wanted to. That these global elitist, leftist, never-Trumpers didn't win.
Yeah. Now, before I let you go, one thing that happened last...
No, Mike, I let you go. You don't let me go. I gotta let you go. I can't let listeners call in and let me go. I gotta let the callers go.
Here's the deal, though. After you went off to Never Neverland, whatever, I got a chance to watch that debate with Murkowski and Chewbacca and the other lady out in Alaska.
Oh, I missed that one.
That was last night.
I missed the whole thing.
You missed the whole thing. Now, you probably could go back and find...
I'm sure I can. How'd Chewbacca do?
She ran rings around both of them. At one point, they allowed the debate, the people who were running the debate allowed them to ask each other questions. Neither one of them wanted to ask Chewbacca a question because they knew that she would take them to the... They
didn't want to give her credibility. They want to act like she's a non-entity. You know, Chewbacca, she's a good-looking blonde white woman, and the media, total media cover-up. She's married to a black man who's from, I believe, is her husband from Africa? He's a real African-American, like Elon Musk, but he's black. He's a black African. Elon Musk is white African. But yeah, and they don't want you to know, and I'm assuming she has kids, all of which are biracial. They don't want you to know any of these things. Murkowski's a real creep. She got appointed to that job. She was given to her by her dad. She was appointed to it, and she's hung on to it all these years. I mean, it's just a mess. She's a traitor.
Traitor, and she's a never Trumper.
Are you on Twitter, by the way?
Yes, I am.
All right, follow me on Twitter, Brian Craig Show on Twitter. Let me ask you: are you excited about Elon Musk taking it over? I mean, that is people should be just as excited about Elon Musk taking over Twitter as if a MAGA person took over CNN or MSNBC.
Right, and that's the thing. I am excited about that because if President Trump decides to go back, it'll be just like he never left, and they will be reporting on his tweets just like the last time.
Well, what he could do is he could use his Twitter to promote his truth, right? He could go on Twitter and do screenshots, just post screenshots of his truth post. He needs. My personal advice to President Trump would be not that he needs my advice, but and I certainly wouldn't volunteer it to him, only if asked, and then I'd be reluctant and say, hey man, you don't need my advice. You're President Trump. But I would say that he should do one tweet. Just to, like, I remember he wanted to rebuild the World Trade Center. And they didn't let him do it because they hate Donald Trump. And I saw him talking about it on television, and he had a plan to rebuild rebuild the Trade Center after 9/11, much better than this Freedom Tower they got. He wanted to rebuild exact replicas of the buildings they knocked down, but make each of them one story taller as a FU to the people that knocked them down. Exact replica, but one story taller. So I think President Trump should go on Twitter and just at least put out one tweet and say, I'm back if I want to be here, just something, or they lost, the global, whatever. Just to say, you know what? They didn't beat us. They tried to bring us down. They tried to do this to us, and they lost.
Right, and you can get... And what you will probably see is people like Candace Owens and Milo Yiannopoulos.
Oh, Milo. Oh, I love Milo Yiannopoulos. He's another one of the people that have been... Milo, Laura Loomer, Mike Lindell. Is Alex Jones on Twitter? Or was he banned?
Yes.
Yes, to which? I asked both. Is he on it or was he banned?
Both.
Both. Okay. I mean, I imagine that you could just... There's a switch to flip that will put all these people back on.
I would imagine so. And once, well, I would say once that he takes over, but he's already taken over.
He fired the CEO, made himself CEO. It's amazing.
Yeah, and now that he basically knows where that switch is, all he has to do is give the order and it's done.
Oh man, this is amazing. I am just so blown away. I'm just so excited. Hey, listen, Mike, thanks for the call, all right? See, I'm letting you go, all right? All right, thank you. Oh, man, our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Callers on hold, stand by. Oh, you know what Steve did yesterday? He went and saw Dr. Appleton and had his first laser-away pain treatment, and I have not even talked to him about it, other than I talked to Steve this morning and asked him if he went to the appointment. And by the way, you don't need an appointment. Steve made one, but you don't need to make an appointment. And he said, yeah, and he said he's a great guy, just a really good guy, Dr. Appleton. He sure is. So I'm looking forward to hearing Steve's report. But listen, if you're suffering with pain, you don't have to. Whatever pain you have, call Dr. Appleton. It's a no-charge consultation. If you mention you heard about him on the radio, he's open 6 days a week, no appointment necessary, walk-ins are welcome. And that 6th day, of course, that he's open is on Saturdays. Give him a call, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. And online, AppletonCairo.com, and say bye-bye to your pain. All right, callers on hold, stand by. We're going to take our bottom of the hour break. Come back. Our number, toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. It is open phones on Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. All right, but you don't have to be MAGA to call in. But one of our listeners, Christine in Pennsylvania, came up with Open MAGA Mike Friday. I love it. We'll be right back after this break. 888-GO-CANE-1. We'll see you soon. Don't go anywhere. Rich, I'm not... Okay. I couldn't hear the station, that's all. I can hear it now. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Oh, man. No, I'm excited. I am excited, as you can tell. Yeah, I did know my daughter is on an airplane, flying out of town right now, and she woke me up at 2 and said, we got to leave in 45 minutes, Dad. I was like, what? I didn't think she had to be at the airport till much, till like 5:30 in the morning. But, yeah, she had to be there very early, so I got very little sleep. But that's okay. That's okay. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Everyone, take a moment to like the video if you don't mind. I greatly appreciate that. And you'll love this channel. I promise you. This is the most pro-Donald Trump YouTube channel on the platform. I will never, I say this with pride, I've said this for years, you will never hear me disagree with President Trump, ever, ever, ever. And don't think that I say that because he said or done things that I disagree with that I'm keeping secret. No, 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 no. I've never seen President Trump do or say something that I take issue with. He is always right on the money. But a lot of guys, they say, well, if I hear this from people all the time. If you never disagree with Trump, you'll lose credibility. I think the opposite is true. I'm not going to do some knee-jerk, okay, it's Thursday, I'm going to disagree with Trump today so I look like I'm an independent voice. I'm independent, I just love the guy, and he's as close to perfect as a man can be. So you will never, never hear me disagree with President Trump. Oh, man. By the way, the bathrobe's not the only thing on sale at MyPillow.com. Lowest price ever on the My Pillows, the My Slippers, and you can save up to 66% off with our promo code Kane. So take advantage of that, K-A-N-E. Yeah, Mike's call from Louisiana was a good call. That's right. I drank a whole big bottle of Fiji water this morning. Oh my goodness. And then I got this little bottle, but I like the big bottle of Fiji. I drank a whole one when I took my daughter to the airport, and then when I drove here, no place was open until I almost got to the radio station where I could stop to go to the bathroom. I was going to have to pull over on the side of the road. I was panicked. That's a lot of water. She's still recovering. She's having a tough recovery from her surgery, Kathy. So it's yeah, a little rougher than I was expecting, and her too. So that's what we're going to be dealing with today when I get off the air. Oh, man. Yeah, we got about 2 minutes till we return back. This is our bottom of the hour break, which is news, traffic, weather, So if you're new to my stream here, I host a morning radio show that's on 6 radio stations here in Florida. And when we're on the radio, we live stream here on YouTube and many other places. But no matter where you're watching us on YouTube, you can call in. We take calls from people listening to us on our radio stations on YouTube. And we screen the calls live on the air. And the 6 stations we're on, 5 of them are FMs and 1 AM. And, of course, this is the radio station of Mar-a-Lago, where President Trump is right now. Oh, man, we got a big rally schedule coming up, too. Oh, and by the way, the memberships are back. So if you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, you can do that. There are so many Trump rallies coming up now. It's hard to keep track. I mean... Okay. I thought they were bringing us back, but they fooled me. Now, I could be wrong, so I will throw this out to you. Is the next rally of Trump's on the 3rd in Sioux City? Is that the next one? I think it is. I could be wrong about that. So I don't think there's... I could be wrong, let me know. But I don't think there's any this weekend. They're going to be next weekend. Am I correct about that or not? Yeah, Pennsylvania's on the 5th, but there's some before that, but I don't think there's one until the 3rd. So there's no rallies this weekend, and they start on the 3rd. Okay. He has so many rallies scheduled now, it's hard to keep them straight. Yeah, Thursday the 3rd is the 1st, yeah. Oh, you just posted it? Oh, thank you, Rome. Oh, man. Because Trump's doing it. That's why. That's why they're set up so fast. It's amazing. I hope some of you that have never been to a rally get to go to a rally. It's really, it's like a pilgrimage that all MAGA people need to take to go to at least one Trump rally.
Back to the Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the air.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. We're very excited here today. Everyone is excited. Elon Musk has taken over Twitter. We're talking, will Trump return? There's a whole bunch of Trump rallies coming up. The first one is going to be on the 3rd, November the 3rd. Okay, and so keep your eye out for that one. You know, if you are not a TV person and you're online, Right Side Broadcasting on YouTube, you follow Right Side Broadcasting, my friends over there. They always cover them, but I expect Newsmax to preempt all regular programming for Trump rallies. I hope they do. But the first one is on November the 3rd, and then there's a whole bunch of them. So just keep your eyes out for those. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Brad? This is Jay at Truck, Pennsylvania.
All right, Jay in Pennsylvania. Yeah, you got a Trump rally coming too soon.
Yeah. I'll be checking that out. But hey, you kind of you said it earlier, like Trump makes it his mission in life. Kind of what I admire about the guy. Kind of like eye for an eye type deal. Some people may say it's not the best way to look at things, but he loves to say F you to like betrayed him or did him wrong, right? Mm-hmm. Can you imagine him at the next rally trolling people like, guess who's back? Like, you know what I mean? He doesn't even have to do much on Twitter. Just like get back on.
He needs, listen, he needs to, I think Elon Musk will turn on his Twitter, okay? And he just needs to tweet once, just so they don't win. So they know they didn't win.
Right, like we will prevail, right?
Mm-hmm. They can't stop us.
Now, right now, we can't get in the mindset of these like leftists, like nut jobs. But what do you think they got? What's their next move? Like, are they going to open another account called Bitter or something?
Yeah, Bitter. Oh, I like that. Did you make that up? Bitter, the new liberal Twitter, Bitter.
Out of it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are they going to do?
Next move is, you know what I mean?
I don't think they have a next move. I don't think they have a next move. I think that they have nowhere to go. I mean, Schumer was caught on mic yesterday. Fortunately for him with the microphone, but about how they're going to lose Pennsylvania, how Fetterman in the Oz debate just destroyed him, you know, and you know, they have no leaders. The people that run the party are a bunch of old fogies that don't even know how to use social media. So no, they don't have any plans. They are the left elitists are defeated. It's just utter defeat.
I've watched all like the Senate races, the governor races, New York, the Kerry Lake. I mean, they're just destroying them. They're really bad, and as they should. So
yeah, well, yeah.
That account, hey, Bitter. There you go.
I like that, Bitter. Yeah, maybe we should start that so we can own it and have to sell it to. Thanks so much. I like that. The new alternative to Twitter for the left. It's called Bitter. That was his idea. That's very good. I like that. No, I don't think, he'd asked though, where are they going to go? I don't think they have a plan. I think they are leaderless. They're depressed. They believe their own hype, right? They believe their own hype that they were all powerful and popular. You know, one of the things that Twitter did was allow them to think that their views and ideas were popular when they weren't. So let me read, this is in the Daily Mail. Elon Musk has formally taken over Twitter, posting, "The bird is free," and immediately firing several top execs. His next move will be to restore users who have been handed lifetime bans from the platform, including Donald Trump. Twitter's CEO whose name I can't pronounce, and their chief financial officer, Ned Siegel, and the top lawyer were fired. Oh, the lawyer, she was the worst. I saw her, I saw the lawyer that he fired, who was the top lawyer at Twitter, on an interview on Joe Rogan's podcast with Tim Pool a couple years ago, and the arrogance. So he fired the top 3 liberal loons at Twitter immediately. The Twitter co-founder, Biz Stone, quickly took to Twitter to thank them for their collective contribution to Twitter, adding massive talents, beautiful humans each. Yeah, right. Bye, Felicia. Sean Eggett, the company's general counsel, and chief customer officer, Sarah Personette, were also pushed out as the Tesla boss set out to make his mark in his new position. Elon Musk has taken over as CEO. The fired Twitter executives were shuttled from the building, according to the Washington Post. Elon is set to hold a company-wide town hall meeting today. I hope they live stream it. That should be live streamed and also carried live on every news outlet. The media, they're going to talk about this story a little bit today, but they're going to downplay it because it hits too close to home. They're afraid some billionaire is going to come in and buy out their platform. Twitter's engineers could no longer make changes to code as of noon Thursday, part of an effort to ensure nothing about the product change ahead of the deal closing. Wow. Musk said he did not have confidence in Twitter's management and initially vowed to fire 75% of the workforce. This is great. The ousted CEO, whose name I can't pronounce, who has repeatedly clashed with Elon Musk over the number of users Twitter has, will walk away with $42 million. So he's been fired, but he's walking away with $42 million for the humiliation. So, I mean, he's not going to be hurting, you know. And he was just I think he just ran the place for a year or so, right? Last year he made $30.4 million. Twitter's lawyer that he fired earned $17 million in 21. She was reportedly in tears in April when Elon's takeover first came to light. She's received a severance of $12.5 million. But you know, these people are already very wealthy, and they're so humiliated. I mean, you or me, if they gave us $12.5 million, we'd be retired, right? Not these people. They're humiliated because they saw themselves as the masters of the universe, the king of all media. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, this is just an exciting day. All these villains that he fired. Oh, man. Let me scroll down. They give us the background on all these people. I don't need to go further in the story. We know what happened. Now, another thing I'm expecting to see, I want to see a purge of the fake followers. You know, I want to see what I'd like to see first, okay? First, I want to see Trump back, Milo back, Laura Loomer back, Mike Lindell back, all the people that have been banned because of their politics of being MAGA conservative. I want them all back, okay? And who? I mean, there's a long list of people. That's the first thing I want. The second thing I would like is the blue check marks gone. That's the second thing. The blue check marks gone. This class system. You know, I was watching CNN once, and they you know how sometimes they'll do a story on a tweet, and they had a tweet, and they said, well, this unverified, unblue checkmarked account tweeted this, but since they're not verified, we don't know if they're a real person. You know, there's such a snob. Do away with the blue check marks. That's the second thing. This class system of who's an important person and who's not. Gone, except Elon and maybe President Trump. But nobody else gets a blue check mark. What do you guys think about it? I love that idea. Also, immediately turn off the shadow banning. I just imagine they got a knob. They can just turn a knob, shut off the entire shadow banning of everyone and everything on the platform that has been shadow banned. That's third. So first is lift the bans on all these banned people, right? 2, end the blue check mark. 3, immediately end the throttling down of the accounts, turn that whole system off. That's number 3. What would you like to see next? What would be 4th in your mind? I know what I would like to see, the bot purge. Now, what I'm starting, what I predicted, and we'll start to see if this is true today, I'm expecting to start seeing a celebrity exodus, a celebrity and media exodus from Twitter. Because a lot of these celebrities and also media outlets, some of them have millions of followers on Twitter, and we know the majority of them are fake. And they want to bug out on, they'll make a moral stand. They're doing it in protest, but they want to really get out before their true follower count is seen. And they'll find that their true follower count may be 5% or less of what the actual number is on their account today, when all the fake bot followers are history, right? That's exactly right. That would be 4th. What an exciting day. Oh, man, oh, man. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show, on the radio since 1977. What an exciting day. Our number toll-free, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. And, of course, you can listen to us on your device at home. Alexa, play Oldies South Florida. Alexa, volume 6. All right, we'll be right back after this break. Don't go anywhere. Play Oldies South Florida. Alexa, volume 6. Oh, man. All right, we'll be right back after this break. Don't go anywhere.
The cold.
All right, hold on.
Truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9.
That's right.
The Steve Kane Show on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Denise Hair Salon.
Okay, where are we here?
Officially in Boca. Known for its professionalism and uniquely talented staff, we're excited to offer a free consultation for every new client. We're looking forward to welcoming you to our new...
Okay, I got to pull up my next story to talk about. Oh, yeah, great job, Elon Musk. Make sure you all follow me on Twitter, at Brian Craig Show. I pinned at the top of the chat my Twitter. So if you go there, you can follow me on Twitter, and you really should, people. Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Steve Kane Show, hold on. Oops. Just dropped the phone on the board. Oh, man. These polls look great, don't they, too? The Republicans are doing so good in all the different polls. I'm excited about that. I'm going to go through the polls, too, in just a bit. Yes. I pinned my Twitter right there at the top. Hold on. Oh, man. What an exciting day, people. What an exciting day. Not just Elon Musk buying Twitter and taking over and firing all these liberal jerks over there who thought they were masters of the universe and kings of the world, but we're less than 2 weeks away from the blue flush and the red tsunami of MAGA Republicans. This is just a great time. Just a great time. Oh, man. What would you like President Trump's, if he goes on Twitter just once, just to show that he won, what would you like him to tweet? If he was only going to go back on Twitter once to say, I'm back when I want to be, what would be the one tweet you would like him to say? What would you want him to write? That's a, if he was only going to tweet once, just to show that he won. I'm back. Yeah, that's a good one.
Count on the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts to recommend the best products for your vehicle and budget. Get maximum cooling system performance for
Steve Kane Show.
300,000 miles with week-long
Hold on.
universal pre-mixed and freezing cooling. Now just $3.99 after mail-in rebate.
The best is yet to come.
O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
Yeah.
O'Reillyauto.com.
Still standing. All right, we're coming back.
We take on The social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Open phones on Friday. Having a bit of a party, celebrating Elon Musk taking over Twitter. Very exciting, and less than 2 weeks away from the blue flush, the red MAGA tsunami coming. This is just a great time, people. It's just a great time. Now, I want to take a moment to tell you about Friendly Tire in Margate, where I buy all of my tires. You know, Friendly Tire in Margate has been with us here on the Steve Kane Show for many, many years, but I've been a customer for many years before they were even a sponsor on this program. He has new and used tires in stock, the lowest prices you'll find anywhere on new tires. We have listeners that drive over an hour each way to go to Friendly Tire because the prices are so low. And he has all the brands you know and love, Goodyear, Firestone, all at discount prices. He also has thousands of used tires in stock, and I've bought both new and used tires at Friendly Tire in Margate. The prices are unbelievably low. On my wife's car, my wife's Mini Cooper has run flats on it. And if you've got a car with run flats, you know how much run flats can cost you, right? Pretty expensive, not at Friendly Tire. Great deals on run flats at Friendly Tire in Margate. Give him a call. He'll give you a quote over the phone. Now remember, when Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire gives you a quote over the phone, that price he gives you is out the door and on the road. Because he doesn't charge you to mount the tire, balance the tire, or even dispose of your old tire. That's right. That's right. It's absolutely amazing. Give Friendly Tire a call. Mike will give you a quote right over the phone, 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Make sure you tell him you heard about him on the radio. He always takes extra good care of radio listeners. 954-977-9445. All right, let's go to the phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's David from Mexico.
Oh, actually, Mexico. All right. What's up?
Well, I'm very excited about Elon Musk taking over Twitter. I just hope he'll follow the YouTube.
Twitter tube? Yeah. Let me ask you, do you live in Mexico?
I do, most of the time.
Yeah, what kind of you're a U.S. citizen, right? Okay, what kind of documents do you have living in Mexico? What do you need to live there so far as immigration-wise?
You need to go down to the Mexican consulate in Miami, have an appointment there, and you have to prove to them that you have significant assets and income to be able to maintain yourself.
Well, that's crazy. So you're telling me, hold on. You're telling me they have a completely open border. They're sending people through all day, all night. But Mexico sends people to the United States all day, all night for decades. And you're telling me, though, as an American, you have to go to their consulate and get documents? That you have to be like a documented person to be in Mexico? But they're sending undocumented people 24/7 for decades? That doesn't seem right.
No, I said, if you want to live here.
Yeah, well, they're sending people to live here. There's the whole families. They're sending whole families from Mexico to come live here in America. But you have to go and prove some things before you can live in Mexico?
I mean, well, you know.
That's crazy.
Is about the only one that has an open border in the whole world.
Well, why do you have to be documented to live in Mexico? Why can you not be an undocumented American in Mexico when they're sending whole families here, undocumented, to set up life in America? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem right.
No, it isn't. Joe Biden's the guy you've got to ask about that.
Well, if he's listening, he's welcome to call in, Joe Biden.
Well, you know, Susan Rice, ask her, because she's the one, probably she and Obama, sticking the papers in the...
What part of Mexico are you in?
My garage is 23 miles from the Guadalajara airport.
Really?
I live in Ajijic, Mexico, spelled A-J-I-J-I.
How far is that from the U.S. border?
Oh, long, long way.
Is it safe there in that part of? Are you safe there as an American?
Oh, yeah. I feel much safer than when I lived in Delray Beach, Florida.
Safer than Delray. Okay. Hey, listen, appreciate the call. Thanks so much. This is crazy. That last caller told me that you have to be documented as an American to live in Mexico. Oh, probably had to go to the embassy and everything else. Crazy. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning.
Good morning.
You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Louis from Loxahatchee.
Hey, Loxahatchee. What's up?
Hey, I was just wondering, are these ballot boxes?
Yeah, I know. You know, this is what they're gonna do. Oh my goodness. You know, I told you guys a couple days ago, a great poll are the seminar callers. The seminar callers. Oh, I don't usually go over the polls, but I'm going to go over them today. And I'm probably going to go over them more than once because the polls are so good. I'm going to go through the latest polls that just came out, and things are looking good. Pennsylvania Senate race, Oz versus Frankenstein's monster, Fetterman. Oz in the latest poll is up 3. Now, I know you might be saying, only 3? That's right, he's up 3. He's up. That's right. Looking good. Georgia Senate race. Herschel Walker versus Warnock. Now, Herschel Walker, man, they got these women coming forward claiming he took them and paid for abortions and everything else. In the Georgia Senate race, Herschel Walker leads by 5. Georgia governor. Now, I know we're not big fans of Kemp, you know, but he's a Republican. Remember, he's running against Stacey Abrams, who on Star Trek is president of the Earth. Kemp in Georgia's governor's race leads by 10. This is amazing. The Nevada Senate race, the Republican Laxalt up by 4. The Nevada governor's race, Lombardo, in the governor's race, Lombardo, the Republican, up by 7. The Oregon governor's race, the liberal loons of Oregon. In Oregon, in the latest poll, the Republican is up by 2. Ohio governor's race, DeWine, the Republican, up by 21. That's right. This is great stuff. Arizona governor's race. Kari Lake up by 11. That's just amazing. Florida Senate race. Marco Rubio leads by 7. Florida governor's race. Ron DeSantis leads by 12. Wisconsin U.S. Senate race, the Republican Johnson leads by 5. Oh, man, this is great stuff. North Carolina Senate, the Republican Bud leads by 4. The governor's race in New Hampshire, Sununu, the Republican, leads by 13. These are all the latest polls, by the way. Texas Governor Abbott versus Beto. Governor Greg Abbott leads by 4. Nome in South Dakota is up in the governor's race. Nome, the Republican, running for re-election in South Dakota as their governor, leads by 19. Oh my goodness. This is all great stuff. I mean, this is a great day, people. Elon Musk has the Twitter. The Republicans are leading all over the country. Oh, this is just a great day. If you're a MAGA Republican, that is. All right, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Oh, man. This is what winning is like. You know, President Trump said we'd get sick of winning. You know me, I'm not going to disagree with President Trump, but I haven't gotten sick of it yet. I haven't gotten sick of winning. And I can't imagine that I will get sick of winning. J.D. Vance in Ohio leads by 5 right now. J.D. Vance leads by 5. This is just great stuff. This is just absolutely amazing, people. This is what Trump has done for us. This is amazing. And, you know, the Arizona Senate race, that one's a little different. You know, we got that creep Kelly, right? You know, running against Masters. And that one now is, in the latest polls, leans Republican now. It went from leaning Democrat to leaning Republican. USA Today. Now, USA Today is liberal. So this is liberal USA Today. Republicans receiving 40% of the Hispanic vote and 21% of the black vote. That's liberal USA Today. 21% of the black vote? I remember when it used to just be like 7% of the black vote went Republican. Now it's 21 by the liberals. The liberal projection is 21% of the black vote going Republican, 40% of the Hispanic vote going Republican. And, you know, so far as the Hispanic vote, a whole chunk of that other 60% is in California. So who cares? Oh, man. Now, I'll tell you this. Being safe and secure in your home is of primary importance. I know it is for me. Yesterday during the show, something happened. Someone came to the door. There was a disturbance. I got a notification instantly from my doorbell camera. Now, it was my daughter. But, yeah, I got a notification on my iPhone. I got notification on my iPad. You know, I even have my iPhone set to Do Not Disturb, but it bypasses the Do Not Disturb. I knew there was activity immediately on my front door. That's right. Early in the morning while I'm on the radio and I pulled up on my iPad, I knew it was my daughter because I could see it live. Call Sloman's. I'm going to give you the number. Tell them you heard about them on the radio, and they're going to tell you how you can get a doorbell camera like I have. You'll always know what's going on in your home. And it gives you a lot of safety, a lot of security. There's great benefits. And you can get a doorbell camera for free. They'll tell you how when you call. Here's the number. 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. That's Sloman's. Get yourself a doorbell camera. It'll change your life. It'll make you and your family a lot safer, too. 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. All right, it's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll break and be right back. Oh, man. A day of good news. All right, it's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll break and be right back.
The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 is here.
Just let me hear some of that rock and roll music.
WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG live radio station.
Be right back, guys. I've had about half a gallon of water today, so I got to be quick. It's a short break.
Everybody, it's going to be a nice day across South Florida today. Highs in the mid-80s, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. I'm WPBF 25 First Warning meteorologist Sandra Shaw.
Follow Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 on social media. See what's happening in the community, have a laugh with some funny memes, and keep in touch with other good time Oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at Oldies South Florida. True Oldies. Traffic check.
In the Palm Beaches, the major expressways are still crash-free, moving up the speed from Boca Raton to Jupiter. Some more volume on Jog Road north and southbound between La Chalet Boulevard and Hyperloxo Road. Also more company on Southern Boulevard and Okeechobee eastbound coming out of the acreage, but the service routes are crash-free at this time. In Broward County, the 95 express lanes are closed southbound between Hollandale Beach Boulevard and Ives Dairy Road due to a disabled vehicle. Just stick to the main line for now and find no delay. Broward County service routes are also crash-free. This report is sponsored by Mucinex DM. Say goodbye to retaking medicine every few hours. I'm Mucinex DM to get
I've had so much water to drink today.
times longer than typical 4-hour cough and chest congestion medicines. That's 3 times
All right, where are we going next? We've got so much excitement going on. Oh, yes.
cough and cold medicines used as directed. That's Draft from Chris Paul.
Oh, I just lost the internet.
Oldies ABC News updates.
That's no good.
ABC News Now, I'm Tom Rivers. The U.S. economy grew in the third quarter and up 2.8%.
Got to reboot my iPad. Oh, man. Welcome, everyone. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. And everyone, please take a moment during the break here to like the video. That helps out a lot. It helps me and my channel out a lot when you like the video.
That is the plan of the Congressional Republicans, is to actually make the economy worse, not better.
President Barack Obama. He'll begin his campaigning ahead of the midterms.
I'll go through the polls again later today because they are... well, I lost my internet connection. I'm rebooting my iPad.
Now in control of Twitter, according to the Associated Press, which says he's ousted Twitter CEO, chief financial officer, and top lawyer. Today was the deadline for Musk to complete his $44 billion takeover. This is ABC News.
Smart businesses are always looking for ways to improve. Start with Cintas. Your dedicated Cintas service reps.
I think the internet is out here in the building. No, this is wonderful. At least the Wi-Fi. I think the Wi-Fi is out. I got all my show prep. Unattainable right now. Oh, it's back.
Everyone's got one. Get yours in. The Steve Kane Show.
Yes, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. Oh, man. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show. Bit of a celebration on the program today. We're less than 2 weeks away from the blue flush, the red MAGA tsunami. Elon Musk not only took over Twitter, he's fired all the top jerks that were running the place and took President Trump off the platform. This is a wonderful day. We're winning. You know, I'm wearing a T-shirt now that has a great photograph of President Trump. This photograph on the shirt I'm wearing was taken, and it very well may be the last photograph taken of his first term. He was driving home to Mar-a-Lago. It's a photograph of him looking through the window of the Beast on his way to Mar-a-Lago, his last 15 minutes of his first term. And I was standing right there, and I saw his face, and I said, you know, he was smiling ear to ear. I said, does he look like a guy who's going away? He's got something to be smiling about, and now we're seeing it. Now we are seeing it. I'm so excited. Now, the New York governor, Hochul, that's how they say her name. That's not me. Kathy Hochul. She's about as tall as Yoda. That's right. Maybe she's about the same size as Baby Yoda. She's a little tiny woman and nasty. And she had just a humiliating debate the other night. I don't know why you're so worried about crime. Well, maybe because people are being pushed to their death in front of moving subway trains. How about that, Governor? What a sicko. But listen to this. There's an article in Hot Air. This is interesting. Just how badly did unelected Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul's debate with Republican Congressman Lee Zeldin go? Yeah, remember, she only became governess. Is she governor or governess? You know, because governor is masculine, governess is the feminine. Because of Fredo's brother had all these problems, right? Governor Cuomo had to resign. So let me read the article, though. This is in Hot Air this morning. Just how badly did unelected Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul's debate with Republican Congressman Lee Zeldin go? Badly enough that she's been avoiding the press corps like the plague ever since. She quickly and quietly disappeared following the debate, where she actually laughed and wondered why Zeldin was so focused on the rising crime. The following day, Governor Hochul showed up at a senior citizen center in Times Plaza, where she spoke individually with a few dozen residents over lunch. Reporters were directed to the lobby of the building for a press gaggle by the governor's spokeswoman, but they waited in vain after Hochul was rushed out of a back door to avoid the press. Reporters were running outside to catch her. They only managed to get a glimpse of her SUV as it sped away. The New York Post writes, Governor Kathy Hochul used the old bait and switch to avoid post-debate questions from New York City's press corps on Wednesday, luring reporters away from a campaign event in Brooklyn and then ducking out of a back door. The sneaky strategy unfolded just hours after Governor Hochul's first and only face-off with Republican challenger Lee Zeldin, during which the incumbent Democrat stunningly said she couldn't understand why it's so important to lock up criminals. What a moron. That probably is one of the dumbest comments ever made in a debate. In the wake of the controversial remark, Hochul stumped for votes in the Time Plaza Neighborhood Senior Center, where she individually chatted with 30 people as they ate lunch. Her spokeswoman was left with the task of trying to explain Governor Hochul's disappearing act. Hochul's press spokeswoman came back to the waiting reporters and claimed that an unspecific security threat had caused the cancellation of the press conference. Really? Well, tell us what it was. What was the security threat? Liar! Liar. When pressed for more details, the spokeswoman said, protesters had entered the facility. Yeah, protesters. Those are reporters asking questions. You know it's bad when a New York Democrat is running away from the New York liberal press, right? That's how bad she is. When pressed for more details, the spokeswoman for Governor Hochul said, protesters had entered the facility and disrupted the space, leading to concerns for the governor's safety. That answer didn't fly any better at the first attempt. Reporters noted that not a single protester had shown up in the lobby, so busted line. There was someone described as a well-dressed man holding a sign that read, "Sign the Foreclosure Abuse Prevention Act." The man reportedly said nothing. He did not approach the front of the venue where Hochul would have been speaking. He did speak to a receptionist in the lobby, but that was it. Reporters were told they could catch up to the governor and speak to her at the next event, which was to take place at the Sheraton New York Times Square Hotel. The press corps headed for their cars, followed the governor to the hotel. But after delivering a 10-minute speech, Governor Hochul once again walked past all the reporters as they called out questions to her. She's doing perp walks. Here we got the last week and a half of her campaign, and she's doing perp walks. Oh my goodness, that is bad. You know, that comment she made, I'll say this for Hochul. Why are you so worried about crimes? I don't get it. What are you so worried? You know, that moment, while it's obviously been a disaster for her campaign and looks like it very well, it could give us a Republican governor. It's hard to say, right? Because there's been such an exodus from New York. You know, the people left behind in New York are liberal loons, you know. But I'll give Governor Hochul credit for this. A brief little moment of honesty, which you rarely get from a Democrat. Honesty. Why do you care about crime? You know, this thing about crime with the Democrats, though, it's a big issue. Democrats have always been soft on crime and always had this bleeding heart, right? Sentencing guidelines are to this and to that and blah, 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 blah. But they've moved away from being sympathetic to becoming criminal advocates. They are now advocates of criminals. They're advocating for criminals to have the right to do crime. And you see this all over the country where liberals control things. And that's new. And that is all because of George Soros. 10, 15 years ago, when it came out that George Soros was going to start backing local people running for state's attorneys' offices, that was the beginning. And what you have are a bunch of people that have been, either they're liberal lunatics or they've been bought off by George Soros to advocate for criminal activity. And a lot of people wonder, what's his game? What is his game? And I'm not 100% sure, but I think to Soros, he enjoys the power that he has. He loves causing chaos. You know, maybe some of you have known someone like this. Have you ever worked somewhere where there was someone in charge that was just a terrible person to work for? And this is what I mean. There was someone. I want to be vague because I don't want to be. It's been a long time, but I don't need to hear from anybody. But I worked for someone once, many years ago. Okay, and what they like to do is every morning go through the workplace and just cause little explosions. And they enjoyed watching all the employees all day long putting together all the pieces that they blew up. Right? You ever known anyone like that? There's a lot of people like that. They're called sociopaths, okay? And that's what George Soros is. He's rich, and to him, it's a game. He's like, he's too old school to be like a computer gamer. His game is playing with the world. You ever see the Clash of the Titans with Harry Hamlin? Remember, I love that movie, Clash of the Titans with Harry Hamlin and Burgess Meredith and others. And you see the gods on Mount Olympus, and they have these little figurines of all the people, right? And they're just moving around the figurines and causing problems for them. That's what George Soros views himself as, a god on Mount Olympus playing with the world. Like we're Monopoly pieces, you know? I mean, that's what his thing is. That's why he does what it is he does, because he enjoys it. He's an evil man. And that's why we have a crime rate in these liberal blue areas of the country at the levels that we do. All right, our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. Hey, if you've not already, call Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot. Join Steve Kane and me, Brian Craig, on our Steve Kane 2023 MAGA Cruise leaving January 28th out of Fort Lauderdale on the Celebrity Apex. My daughter is bringing a friend, and I just firmed up my daughter's friend's reservation and everything for her yesterday. We're going to have a great time. Fort Lauderdale to San Juan to the British Virgin Islands to St. Kitts. And we have a lot of private events and shore excursions planned, and you'll have a great time. Here's Ian's number, 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. Join us. This is our 4th annual cruise, and it's a great MAGA family. This is our largest group yet. Join us. You'll have a great time. We'll take our break and be back right after this.
Wake up and smell the truth.
Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Ugh. Oh, man. Make sure you guys like the video. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Oh, man. I got something new on Fetterman, too. Where am I? Where am I?
Great job with the highest radio sales commissions in Palm Beach County awaits you. BCMG is equal opportunity employment.
Oh, my goodness. That's right. I'm just reading through a couple articles I'm going to be talking about when we get back.
Right here.
Oh, this is the last commercial.
Just 60 seconds and you'll be racing for the phone. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we're back. Only one opening on our very busy phone board. It is open phones on Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. I'm Brian. Steve Kane joining us. Hey, Steve. Oh my goodness. I tell you, lots going on. And some announcements I want to tell you. It's not happening yet, but I was just talking with radio station management, the big boss, and they ordered all new equipment to upgrade your setup, Steve. You're going to have like a very upgraded studio at your home studio. So I've been told that you and I may be able to talk to one another off the air, even though we're 50 miles from each other. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited.
Segment, it was you were talking about these people that run around creating problems for everybody around them.
Yeah.
George Soros, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head anybody like that that I've run into in my life.
Oh, I'll remind you after the show.
But yeah, I'm sure we.
You just blocked it out.
But the Batman comics are filled with them. I mean, you know, the Batman villains are all
sociopaths.
And the movie that comes to mind that typifies exactly what you're talking about, Unbreakable with Bruce Willis. Remember that? The arch villain. He was the one who was going around creating all these incidents. People were being killed. It reminds me of what you're talking about. I have a prediction. It's not so much a prediction, but I think I see the direction that Donald is going here, and I'm going to make a prediction because I like doing those things. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong, but I've been, you go to bed early. Your sleeping patterns are different than mine. I always stay up through the end of Hannity, and what's been going on Fox is each night has been like a mini rally, a mini Trump rally without Trump. Exciting events as large and small always are. There's Fox, the notable thing about them is Fox, who has not really been very good at bringing us the real rallies. I think Fox has been producing one of these a night all week. They've been mini Trump rallies without Trump. And continue having all the principal good guys on every night on the Hannity show. And he's going to build it up right through election week, right up through election day. And on election day, he's going to have one of these rallies, and it's going to end up with Trump at some point in the final thing coming in and appearing right around the period that the results are in that.
Yeah.
Everything. So the mass victories of all the candidates, the Trump candidates, is going to combine with the, I don't know, I think I'm getting too wordy here.
Yeah.
Combine with the election.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that?
Yeah, well, yeah, that makes sense. There's only one opening on our board at 1-888-GO-KANE-1, and we brought up a lot of great things today. You're welcome to call in about anything that we brought up, but it's also open phones on Friday as well at 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. Let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
David is my name, and I'm from Lake Worth.
Go. You're on the air. Yes, you're on the air. Okay, how are you? Yeah.
Last night that came out of Bloomberg, and a lot of the mainstream media have been picking up on it. We are down in the United States to 20.
It's less than that now. That article was from Sunday.
International, which is a very large pipeline, has stopped shipping all distillants except diesel to the East Coast. And apparently, on the East Coast, which is Boston, New York, New Jersey, they are down to like 3 to 7 days of distilled diesel.
Diesel fuel, yeah.
Why has this happened? Why has the government allowed it to happen? And I believe this is a direct attack on our welfare, just to pump the muscle up and say, now, citizens, we can do this. And then all of a sudden, the supplies will increase.
Now, well, okay. I'm glad I've got the answer to your questions. Why is this happening? Okay, and but let me ask you this question first to see if you can pick up on it. Why does Biden do anything and everything that he does? No, money. And this is what I believe. His whole life is a life of political corruption. Steve was talking about Batman. He's like one of those supervillains in Gotham City, an insane lunatic who's got some strange agenda. They don't even know they're criminals. No. The reason that we're short on diesel, we have 20 days or less of it left, and the reason that he emptied out the oil reserve, Trump filled up the oil reserve when gas was cheap. So now it's going to have to be filled. It's going to have to be refilled at these inflated prices. I believe that Joe Biden has deals in the oil and gasoline industry to get a piece of the pie when he refills the diesel reserves and the national oil reserve with fuel at these more than double the price that Trump paid when he filled them up. That's what's going on. Biden does everything he does for personal profit. He's a corrupt public official.
Well, I think you're probably 100% correct.
I mean, that's the reason. Why else would he be emptying? You know, there's some other benefits to him emptying out the reserve, to artificially lower the price of gas this close to the election. But the main reason is to make the money refilling it. I mean, I remember when Trump filled up the oil reserve, he was bragging about how cheap it was. Now it's over 2 times that. So and the same thing with the diesel. They're going to have to do major diesel buys, including the federal government. Believe me, Biden's getting a piece of that.
It's a sad commentary.
But it's, yeah. Well, thank you for calling. Thank you. All right. 1-888-GO-CANE-1 is our number. 888-465-2631. I know it's hard to believe. I mean, you know, they used to do that thing with Nixon. I'm not a crook. He was not a crook. This guy is a crook. All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning, Steve. Good morning, Brian. This is Richie.
Hey, Richie, I saw that you called me on my cell phone, which I didn't even know you had the number because I got a new number like a whole bunch of times yesterday. Nah, but it was more than twice. Like it was 4 or 5.
You at home, I got a busy on 2. But the reason I called was
no, I don't want to talk about that. And that's not breaking news, but I know what you're talking. I knew about that before you called. I played your voicemail. No, we can no. I'll tell you off the air, Steve. I will tell you off the air, and you'll say, "Oh, I get it."
Okay.
You don't think that?
No,
Richie.
No. No. You'll when I tell you off the air, you'll know.
I wanted to say, first of all, you discredited me by saying I worked my whole life in the public sector. When I came back from Vietnam, real quick, I worked for 7 years, 6 years for Sears and Roebuck, and 1 year for Mount Vernon Tool and Die Company in Stamford, Connecticut.
Okay.
Back to Florida. All right, so I want to clear that up. Now you started with this again with this Biden.
I'll tell you.
Making a deal with
I'll tell you during the break.
Companies that the oil companies of the Democrats.
Yep, 15 seconds, Richie.
The bottom line is the reason why diesel and everything else is short is because we are not pumping diesel or fuel out of the ground.
That's right. That's right. Hey, listen. We got it. We got to take our break. Thanks for the call. We'll be right back after this. That's right. Hey, listen. We got it. We got to take our break. Thanks for the call. We'll be right back after this. Okay, let me explain about the muting of callers. Okay, there's some things that can't be discussed on certain platforms. Okay, So when you hear audio, I wear this microphone. Right. This microphone is for YouTube only. The headset is for the radio. Okay. So because there's things that can't hold on. Because there's some things that can't be discussed on different platforms, sometimes people are going to say something that you can't bring up. So that's why that happens. The audio you hear is from my studio speakers above me. I got the volume turned down now.
In the community, have a laugh with some funny memes.
Okay, and what I do when because this is a radio studio, when I turn my mic on, it mutes the speakers. Okay, and sometimes I do that if someone's going to bring, like, watch, I'm going to mic on. This is my mic. Okay, this is my mic off. Mic off, and I'm going to turn it on. It'll go silent. It goes silent with my mic on, so that's why that happens, you know. And I think you guys know what I'm talking. Steve Kane Show. If it were up to me, I'd let everything fly, but it's not up to me. There's certain things you can't, you know. First Amendment, Michael. I'm not going to disagree with you, but the First Amendment applies to the government. The government cannot limit your speech. That does not apply to private entities. The First Amendment, sadly. You know, go tell your boss to go F himself and that his wife's a effing B, and see how far the First Amendment gets you there. Well, it has to mute the speakers for feedback. That's true. That's why it does that. Yeah.
I'm in studio right now with Dr. Appleton. Dr. Appleton, how'd you do it?
I treated your knee pain with laser.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Believe me, I'd let everything fly if I could. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. No, I'm not disagreeing with you, Chris. You know, I am. I agree with you, but that's unfortunately a lot of things should not be the way they are. But we don't live in the world of should, right? If we lived in the world of should, we'd have no problems. Yeah. I haven't explained that in a while. That's why I don't have the audio going directly into the feed. Yes, Rome, correct. Now, guys, in celebration of Elon Musk buying Twitter, follow me on Twitter. I pinned my Twitter link right there to the top of the chat. Brian Craig Show on Twitter, but there's my link. You can follow me on Twitter right there. I do have a Rumble account, but I rarely use it. No one watches my Rumble videos, so, you know. Oh, man. Oh, yes, that's our cruise. I can't wait for the cruise. I will, you'll see me live streaming on the cruise. I'll do some live streams from the cruise. I'll make some vlogs from the cruise. I'm actually taking a tour of the ship. We're going on sister ship a week before the cruise, and I'm going to make a YouTube video of that to share with you. Oh, yeah. Our ship is the Celebrity Apex. You look it up on YouTube. It is the most expensive cruise ship ever built. It's very luxurious. Donald Trump. That's right. Oh, man. We've got about a minute left, and we'll be back. It's our bottom of the hour break we're in right now. Good morning, Okeechobee. Oh, man, Okeechobee, you know that big lake in Florida, in the middle of Florida? That's Lake Okeechobee, and the city of Okeechobee is at the northern tip of that lake. A lot of gators in that lake. Oh, my goodness. All right, about 30 seconds, and we'll be back. Amsterdam, hey.
Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Do you suffer from knee pain?
Tricked me. Thought we were coming back, and we weren't. On The View? Oh, yeah. A friend of mine was a guest on The View, and I don't want to say who, but they were telling me they were telling me about all the filters they had on the cameras, you know, because the ladies, they hate HD. It's pretty funny. All right, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. I got a comment, Steve, from one of our listeners on YouTube, but they left this comment about yesterday's show. They said, the pizza commercial you're doing is killing me. I live in Tampa. I have sleep apnea. I can't drive that far. Maybe an expensive Uber run is coming soon. And, of course, they're talking about Anne Marie's in Pompano. And, oh, what'd you have?
For the next, I got enough food for the next week.
Oh, man. What'd you get?
Oh, my favorite, that meat lover's pizza. I just can't get enough of it. It's unbelievable.
Did you get the Sicilian that I recommended?
And I filled my freezer with, I'll be eating Anne Marie's pizza all week.
Oh, man, lucky you. Lucky you. Yeah, you know, Anne Marie's, let me tell you, Anne Marie's in Pompano, everything is homemade on the menu. It's family owned and operated. These truly are Grandma's recipes, and they take great pride in their food over there. They really do. And it's like going...
What the secret is to the pizza I like, the meat.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what it is?
What's that?
You're gonna recognize this instantly. The pepperoni they use, not the pepperoni, the sausage that they use in the meat lovers pizza is hot Italian sausage, which is very bold, but usually when they use those things on pizza, you get the mild version.
Yeah.
And it is so tasty, and with the garlic and in the crust. Oh, it is. Oh, I picked out yesterday. I'm still recovering.
Well, you know, I like to save the Anne Marie's spots for the end of the show because I get hungry and I can't eat until 9 when we get off the air, you know, and I'm getting hungry right now. But I'll tell you, you mentioned the pepperoni. You're right about the sausage. I've never really had pepperoni before, I discovered, until I had my first pepperoni from Anne Marie's. I don't know what it is about that pepperoni, but it's the best pepperoni I've ever had in my life. And the crust on that Sicilian pizza is out of this world. Now listen, they have a lot more than pizza. They have all the classic Italian dishes that you can think of, made with Grandma's recipes. And of course, no matter what you order, Steve and I always recommend the lobster ravioli appetizer. Yeah, and they use real Maine lobster in that lobster ravioli, and you'll know it. That's right. And you'll know it with that very first bite. Oh yeah. Now Anne Marie's, it's a great night out on the weekend, too. It's a great date night place. They have live entertainment, live music on the weekends. If you're into wines, they have a whole wine club over there, and they have fine wines. One of our sponsors, I don't want to say which one, Steve, I know you know. I don't know if they want us to know, but one of our sponsors gave me a bottle of wine from Anne Marie's. And, oh, man, I drank the whole bottle last week by myself, and it was delicious wine, and... It was very good. I'm not a wine drinker, you know, and I finished off the whole bottle all alone. It's very, very, so if you're into wines, they have great wines over there too. Now, Anne Marie's is located in Pompano on the northwest corner of Copans Road and US 1 Federal Highway in the same plaza as the movie theater. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. Anne Marie's in Pompano. Oh, man. All right. 1-888-GO-KANE-1 is our number. 888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian and Steve. It's Andrea.
Oh, hey, Andrea.
Hey, Andrea, how are you this morning?
Good.
What did you think of my scenario?
What was the scenario? I forgot.
I didn't hear your...
I forgot the scenario, Steve.
It's going to, basically, the Trump's announcement is going to coincide with election night.
Oh.
That,
oh, I didn't get that from the announcement. Okay, so, okay. Oh, okay. So you weren't clear with that. So you okay? That. Well, I have to get up and be on the air at 6.
Rallies.
Yeah.
Every night.
You okay, Andrea? You okay? So now let me clarify what Steve is predicting, that after the blue flush and the red tsunami, that Trump is going to come out on election night or perhaps the morning after and announce he's running in 2024 for president. That's your prediction.
It'll be simultaneous with the realization that all his people pretty much have won.
Okay, I like that.
Well, that would be fantastic. That would be great. The reason why I'm calling is because I've been homesick and able to catch up kind of on local things, and the Pennsylvania Secretary of State has...
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. That's okay. I'm looking at the polls in Pennsylvania, and there's not a single poll that doesn't give us good news out of Pennsylvania. In fact, yesterday, the audio was not clear enough to play on the radio, or I'd play it. But Schumer got caught on a hot mic. He was very lucky there was an airplane engine going on by him, but he got on a hot mic talking about how Fetterman cost them that it's over because of the Pennsylvania debate. So don't have any worries about that. All right, let's see here. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mike, I'm a conservative.
Oh, Steve's favorite caller.
Anyway, you just mentioned Chuck Schumer. You know, he exposed how dumb he is on that open mic. He said that I can't going to vote for Herschel Walker. Really? I mean, the candidate they have is the worst of all the candidates.
Wait a minute. What did Schumer say about Herschel Walker?
He said to the president, I can't believe somebody's going to vote for Herschel Walker.
Why? Because he's black? Why would he think no one would vote for Herschel Walker?
Oh, I don't know why, but he thinks that candidate's so good, but man.
Warnock? The one that says we have to repent for whiteness?
That guy, yeah, he ran his life over and everything else. What a character. Anyway, I just thought
Doug, you've been on hold for about 30 minutes. That's all you had? After 30 minutes?
Doug, can I ask you a question? Do you call every day? It seems to me you call every day.
Most of the times, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some people call every day. That's okay. I would have thought that being on hold for 30 minutes that you would have like something really super newsworthy and amazing. Because what you did, Doug. Don't take this personally, okay, Doug? Because I saw Doug at the DeSantis rally at Wings Plus. We ran into each other. He's a good guy. But yeah, it allows Doug. Please don't take this personally. I know you get upset and you get ticked off at me when I do this, but I want to share with you this. You've been on hold for about 30 minutes, right?
Right.
Okay. When you got on the air, all you did was say something that was a twist on what I had said seconds before about Schumer, when Steve and I were talking to Andrea. And that's not a coincidence. That means you really had nothing to say when you called.
That's what I wanted to...
You wanted to talk about just coincidentally the last thing I said before you got on the air after a 30-minute wait? I don't buy it. Do you buy it, Steve?
Help you. What Brian is saying is that you just repeated
what I said.
Oh, you didn't bring that out.
I know. Okay, all right, Doug. Oh my goodness, he's going to be pissed at me now. And he. Let me tell you, Doug is in shape. There's not one bit of body fat on that guy. He is all muscle. Okay, he's very fit. Now he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
Doug, a lot. It's you know the old saying, too much of a good thing.
But you have to have a good thing to have too much of it. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy, but he's a lousy caller. He has nothing to say. All right, thanks for the call, Doug. No, we love Doug. We wouldn't put him on hold. We wouldn't put. No, we would put him on hold. We wouldn't put him on the air if we thought he was a bad guy and that he contributed. He contributed something. He gave us a moment that we could take him and mock him a little bit, and we made him interesting. For a brief moment.
Bring humor to this situation.
That's right. That's right. Well, our number is toll free 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. It's a toll free call from anywhere. 1-888-465-2631. And just lots of good news, lots of excitement. I'm going to go through the polls again. I went through them in the last hour.
Is there anywhere I didn't see any race where we were losing?
Yeah, I'll go after the next break. I'll start going through the polls again. They're just great news in the polls. But first, we're going to talk to Barry Siegel in the break. But after we talk to Attorney Barry Siegel, we'll come back. I'll go over the great polls, and I'm not a poll person. But there's a trend here, and even though I don't trust in polls, I do trust the trend. So we'll get into that. But first, that's right. But first, let's take our break, and we'll be right back. Trust in polls, I do trust the trend. So we'll get into that. But first,
trend is your friend. That's what they say.
That's right. But first, let's take our break. Doug. We'll be right back. I like Doug. It's dead air.
They're the most polarizing talk show hosts in all of South Florida. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Morning 6 to 9 on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
All righty, we are back, and it's time to check in with Attorney Barry Siegel from the Siegel Law Group. Attorney Barry Siegel, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you guys doing today?
Great. We're great. How are you?
Well, as the Siegel Law Group, we help people protect their legacies through estate planning, and we also help people protect their assets during their lifetime through elder law and Medicaid planning. And when it comes to elder law and Medicaid planning, I mean, that's a big issue. We're talking about long-term care, and hopefully everyone listening will be fortunate enough to never need long-term care, to live our whole lives and be healthy until our last day. But some people, in fact, a lot of people need long-term care, and we're talking about care at home or care in a facility, and that's very expensive. So I would urge everyone, whether you're young or older, to make sure you have a plan for long-term care. And if you're generally in your 40s or 50s, that's when you might be looking at long-term care insurance. And but for a lot of people, that might be too expensive or might be too late to get it. And that's when it's important to make sure that you have a backup plan. And that could be Medicaid, because otherwise you're going to spend money out of your own pocket. And the problem is, and you guys, I heard this yesterday. We had somebody who called our office. They were talking to us, and then they told us they spoke to someone who told them they had too much, they couldn't qualify.
Oh my goodness.
One of the biggest problems is that people are getting wrong information, and I would urge anyone who's interested in having a plan for long-term care, if you don't have long-term care insurance, you may not have enough, you should talk to us, because we can set things up now so in the future you could qualify for Medicaid. Now, not everybody can qualify. However, most people can, and the biggest tragedy is when people are given wrong information and they don't proceed simply because somebody gave them the wrong information.
Yeah, and Attorney Barry Siegel at his firm, the Siegel Law Group, has an entire team of people who specialize in Medicaid planning. And I'm sure, Barry, you have people come to you that have spent down all their assets because someone told them they had to, and now they have nothing, and you could have saved them their assets if they would have called you first. What do they say about someone who represents themselves as a fool for a client? And if you don't talk to the Siegel Law Group, which, by the way, there's no reason not to, because it's a free consultation. When you mention you heard Attorney Barry Siegel on the radio, you're not getting the right advice, and you're doing terrible things. And that long-term care, by the way, Barry, that applies for both nursing home and at-home care, right?
And assisted living.
There you go. So that's the big three, and that stuff's expensive out of pocket. And families needlessly go broke and sometimes even sell their houses. You don't have to do that. Call the Siegel Law Group, okay? You can find them online at SiegelLawGroup.com. No matter where you are in the state of Florida, the Siegel Law Group can help. Toll free 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. All right, Attorney Barry Siegel, have a great weekend. We'll talk next week. All right, back after this. Yes, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve is here. I want to go through these polls, and I went through them in the last hour. But you hear me say all the time, I'm not into polls. Steve, you're into polls. Well, you're a gambling man, so you're into numbers, And gambling man's a nice way to say gambling addict. But when we get this close to an election, especially an important one, this is the biggest midterm election of my life. I mean, so far as attention, this is much bigger even than Newt's the Contract for America Republican Revolution year. This is bigger than all of that. And what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the great numbers, but I'm also looking at the trend. And the trend is in our favor. So let's go through some of these. Pennsylvania Senate race, Oz versus Frankenstein's monster Fetterman. Dr. Oz is up 3. These are, by the way, the latest poll results. And this is not the Real Clear Politics average. These are individual polls that I'm reading through, okay? Dr. Oz leads Fetterman by 3. The Georgia Senate race, this is a hot one, Steve. You got Walker and Warnock. And Herschel Walker, they've been slandering him for the better part of a month. And in the latest poll, Herschel Walker leads by 5. Isn't that something? Leads by 5. Yeah, and that's a Rasmussen poll, which is considered one of the most credible and scientifically accurate of all polls. And Oz. That's right. That's right. The Georgia governor's race, the Republican Kemp is up by 10. Nevada United States Senate race. Some of these people aren't as famous, so I may skip over their names because, we don't really hear their names. But the Nevada Senate race, the Republican leads by 4. Nevada governor's race, the Republican Lombardo leads by 7. Now, this one is a miracle race. I mean, this is one of those, this is an amazing one. The governor's race in the liberal Antifa Chaz state of Oregon. In Oregon, the Republican leads by 2. This is Oregon. It doesn't get more, they're all high in Oregon, right? Antifa runs free, they all smoke weed, and we've got a Republican leading in Oregon by 2. The Ohio Senate race, J.D. Vance leads by 5. That's astounding. Leads by 5. The Ohio governor's race, DeWine, he's the Republican, leads by 21. I mean, this is insane, Steve, these numbers. Kerry Lake in Arizona leads by 11. Here in Florida, Marco Rubio against Val Demings leads by 7. In the Florida governor's race, Ron DeSantis leading by 14. So these are, this is just the trend. And a lot of these, like, for example, the Senate race with Blake Masters and Kelly the astronaut is a dead heat now, which is a gain for Blake Masters. But Carrie Lake's up 11. She's going to get a massive turnout. No one is going to vote for Carrie Lake and then vote for that Democrat for the Senate. It's not going to happen. So there's a lot of these, they call them down ballot races. You'll hear people talk about a lot of these down ballot races. There's going to be a lot of people who are on the edge that are going to benefit from these big names that Trump has come out for, like Carrie Lake, these celebrities. And, you know, this, and Marco Rubio, let me tell you, it wasn't that long ago Marco Rubio was down against Val Demings. He had that miraculous debate last week. He cleaned her clock. You know, Steve, it was reported in Politico yesterday that the Democrat Party has pulled all financing from Florida for their campaigns. They pulled out. They said it's a waste of money. They're spending the money elsewhere. They pulled that. They've given up on Florida, the Democrats. And that's huge because that means Florida is no longer considered a toss-up state. Florida has gone for Bush, Obama, Clinton, Trump. It goes back and forth, right? We're solid red now in Florida. Yeah. Correct. No. And the trend, all the movement has been in our favor. Even in some of these races where it's like a dead heat, there's still been, the Democrat was ahead. And now it's a dead heat. So the movement is all in our direction. When's the last time, I don't count Liberal Al the John, he's a clown. When's the last, like Jamaican Wayne, Greg 2, where are they? Cheryl, $5 super chat, thank you Cheryl, everyone thanks Cheryl. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much Cheryl for that super chat. Well, it wasn't supposed to be this way. You know, and I love how they tried to do this big MAGA split, you know. Now the question is now when it's over, are they going to credit Trump with the victories of these people? Of course it is. Because we got a leader. Yeah. If I were President Trump, what I would do, I would do what you're talking about, but I would make it a little more interesting. I would, you know, he's got his platform now, his social media platform, Truth Social, and now that Elon Musk has taken over Twitter, which is absolutely amazing and groundbreaking. What I would do is do a live stream event with President Trump congratulating each of his endorsed people live for the world to see with video online, race by race. Check it in with J.D. Vance, congratulations, we did it. Check it in with Dr. Oz, we did it. Check it in with DeSantis, with Rubio, with Carrie Lake. He can't fly everywhere, but he can connect with them on video. It would be miraculous. That would be beautiful. Oh my goodness. This is... No, and I don't know, and I know a lot of people say, oh, you've got to act like it's on the edge, you'll depress the vote. No, people are excited about this. No one's going to miss the opportunity to show up on Election Day because, you know, we're excited. It's not going to be that way. The liberals not only are depressed, I mean, you watch CNN and MSNBC, they've all but given up. They're depressing their own turnout. They're telling their people it's a waste of time. And this thing with Schumer yesterday was beautiful when he got, you know, when he said it's over. That Pennsylvania debate, you know, was, I wonder, would they have been better off in Pennsylvania doing what they're doing in Nevada, the Democrats, avoiding the debate altogether? Doing it? Yeah. Yeah. You know, his wife is in the news today. Fetterman's wife. Don't get excited, Steve. I wouldn't get so excited. You really haven't seen her. The further away you are, the better she looks. listen to this. John Fetterman's wife has revealed, listen to this, John Fetterman's wife has revealed she believes swimming is historically very racist and turned the pool at the lieutenant governor's residence in Pennsylvania into a public pool to teach water safety to minority children. Giselle Fetterman, one time an illegal undocumented immigrant, and wife of Democrat Senate candidate John Frankenstein Monsters Fetterman, appeared on the iGen Politics podcast Thursday and discussed her work as the second lady of the state. Yeah. Early in the interview, Fetterman's wife told listeners that her family turned down the lieutenant governor's mansion and wanted to make use of the pool because swimming in America is historically very racist. What's the racism of swimming? I don't get that. Well, in Pennsylvania, there is no beach to go to. They don't? My neighbor's black and they have a pool. You've got a black family. You have a pool. I don't have a pool and I'm white. I don't have a pool and I'm white. Maybe it's anti-me. I don't know. I don't have a pool. You have a pool. I guess. I mean, we got to get to the bottom of this historic racism around swimming pools. Oh my goodness. I see this, yeah. It's not economic. Yeah, you know, I've never had a pool, and I can swim. I learned how to swim at the YMCA when I was a kid. You know, listen. No, I see on Survivor a lot of times the black guys. They're like athletes. They can't swim, and they do swimming challenges, and they're done. That's a parenting thing. They don't. My daughter's black; she swims. Your black kids swim. It's not economic. It's a parenting thing. They don't teach the kids to swim in high numbers, I guess. But we taught my daughter to swim because we live in Florida, and there's pools everywhere. And you know, it's a parenting issue, not an economic issue. The poor neighborhoods have public pools. Listen, you know. Well, listen, we're up against the break, so we'll take our break for the top of the hour. One more hour to go for the week. It is Open Phones on Friday, Open Mega Mike Friday. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. We'll be back right after this. It is Open Phones on Friday, Open Mega Mike Friday. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. We'll be back right after this.
The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Gifts today. Wow, Christine, that's nice. Ice skating. Steve Kane Show. Hey, Victor. Hold on.
Did you need a menu?
No, I got one. Thanks. Hockey's racist? I'm not too good at the ice skating. Because I grew up in Florida. We have ice skating rinks, but you don't ice skate as much, you know, in Florida. So I'm not as good at it as... And I didn't learn to ice skate. Even when I lived as a kid up north, I learned to ice skate when my daughter was young at the ice skating rink, and I can barely do it. No, I'm one of the I'm one of the few Floridians without a pool, which is by design. Because I used to... at a church I used to go to, I used to do the sound at the church during the church services, and sometimes they would ask me to do sound during funerals at the church. And I did when my daughter was a newborn, we lived in a condo. We have a house now, but I did a funeral for a 2-year-old child who died in the parents' swimming pool, fell in and drowned. And when we bought a house, we got one without a pool because I was just didn't want to worry when I had a young daughter about her drowning all the time. But there's. But you will, if you watch Survivor, you'll see a lot of the athletic black men, young black men cannot swim. It's amazing. Busy with housework. Oh my goodness. White Christmas racist, yeah. My wife and I watch White Christmas every year. My wife loves that movie. It's a very good movie, but I find it sad at the end when they're. Any of you guys like White Christmas?
Just call in 888-GO-CANE-1. Hello. You'll thank us later. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here. Oh, by the way, Steve, how's your hip? You went and saw Dr. Appleton yesterday.
As a matter of fact, it is somewhat better.
I told you.
You also were right. It wasn't instant. Didn't happen when I had the laser treatment, but the next day when.
Yeah.
The major difference.
It's amazing.
I'm going back to get one more treatment after yesterday.
And Dr. Appleton's a great doctor. Isn't he a great guy?
Nice. What a nice man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and without mentioning any names, he has had very famous celebrity patients. I'm talking about like super famous celebrity patients, other than Steve Kane and myself. But talking about us. No, but he's had like A-list celebrity patients, Dr. Appleton. Well, listen, Steve, you made an appointment yesterday, but appointments aren't necessary. In fact, walk-ins are welcome. And, laser away pain, Steve's having his hip treated. And you see the next morning, immediate relief. Just like me, I got the treatment. I'm like, okay. And then the next morning I woke up and the pain, a lot of it was gone. I had my second treatment 2 days later, and not only is the pain gone, it has not returned. It's been about 2 months now. And I've been telling you guys, I had to buy a new belt this week, Steve. I've lost weight because I'm more active since I'm not in pain all the time in my right knee. And I've lost weight because I'm walking around more and doing more stuff. But the laser wave pain system works on all kinds of pain. Call Dr. Appleton. He's open 6 days a week, the sixth day being Saturday. When you stop in, make sure you tell him you heard about him on the radio, because then you can take advantage of the no-charge consultation. And, Steve, a lot of people come in that have had surgery for pain, shoulders, knees, other things. And even if you've had surgery and you're still suffering, go talk to Dr. Appleton about laser away pain. I told Dr. Appleton, I said, I've never had anyone come to me after knee surgery and said I'm pain-free. They usually say, yeah, I had my surgery. I got the next surgery scheduled. And that's supposed to do something. I mean, that's crazy. This is Dr. Appleton's number, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Online, AppletonChiro.com. Give him a call, stop in, talk to him about laser away pain, and say bye-bye to your pain. All right, we are back. Last hour of the week at 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. But I'll tell you this, call us on hold, stand by. We'll get you in just a moment. The chance of Donald Trump winning every race nationwide is well, I agree. But if he wins all but one, the press will declare, oh, the MAGA movement's over. He doesn't have juice. He lost one race. He endorsed a guy running for dog catcher.
It's not going to do him any good.
Yeah.
Going to be able to twist this, because the excitement around Donald is so palpable that they're not going to be able to cover it up.
No, no.
They're demoralized. What do you think? Why do you think you can't get a liberal?
Yeah, or yesterday, or the day before.
Worse each day for them.
They're not even trying to fight anymore. There are some seminar callers pretending to be conservative. That doesn't count. I'm talking about someone who says, and again, Al the John doesn't count, like I said, other than Al the John, because he's. But all right, let's go to the phones. 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Victor, Silver Spring, Maryland. I'm sitting out here on the front porch listening to you through my Alexa, and I'm using a MyPillow to help my back.
Awesome.
Now what you need is the pizza from Anne Marie's. You'll be all set.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyhow, let me tell you what's going on here in Maryland. This is a... because of the...
Well, the problem... listen, the problem you have in Maryland is you're too close to D.C. And when you're when you're close to D.C., you know, that bureaucracy, government control business seeps over into the neighboring areas. That's your problem. If you were further from D.C., you'd be a better place.
But Larry Hogan is telling people to vote for Absolute.
I don't even know who these men. Let me ask you, I'm trying to think. You know, Frederick Douglass was from was Maryland a slave state? Yeah, so it was a slave state, right? Wasn't it? They had slaves in Maryland.
People, parts of it were
Yeah, and now look what happened. Look what happened. You got a lot of people. You know, look at Baltimore. You got a lot of black leaders in the state of Maryland who were doing the work for the people that enslaved their ancestors. They're descendants of slaves in Maryland doing the work for the ancestors. I'm sorry, for the descendants of the slave masters. It's really a terrible thing. Hey, thanks for the call. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah, hi.
Yes, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Turn off the volume of whatever device you're listening to us on, because of the delay, it's messing you up. Oh, my goodness. You there? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm worried about New York coming into Canada.
Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from?
Canada.
Okay, and you're worried about who coming to Canada?
The immigrants coming from the United States coming into Canada.
What do you mean, like the South American or the Americans?
The American immigrants that's coming through the border being dropped off.
I'm more to worry about than immigrants coming through the border if you live in Canada.
Oh no, I'm watching everything what's going on down here with the emergency calls, what we did down here, and
nobody knows what you're talking about. I'm trying to get this straight. You're talking about like American guys like me and Steve are coming to Canada?
Illegals.
Oh, you mean like the South Americans?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What are you worried about?
That Trudeau and Biden's working together to bring down the immigrants from the United States.
Well, let me tell you. I'll just say this about your prime minister, Trudeau. He's a racist. I mean, Steve? Have you seen the picture of him dressed up in blackface for Halloween? I mean, what the hell's going on up there? I mean, there's no bigger racist than Trudeau in the blackface. What's going on with you people? You know, my mother-in-law is Canadian, and she's an American now. She's a U.S. citizen now. But listen to this, Steve. My mother-in-law, who will be on the cruise with us, she was recently in Canada, and she went to this tiny, tiny little town out in the middle of nowhere in Canada, right? She drove to Canada. And some people came up to her, saw her Florida plate, and started talking about how much they love Ron DeSantis. Two-horse town in the middle of nowhere, in Canada, and they're talking about Ron DeSantis. I mean, you know, the MAGA movement's pretty strong up there. Yeah, no doubt. All right, hey, listen, Canada, thanks for the call. So I can't get worried about the immigrants going into Canada. I just can't get excited about that. I'd rather them be there than here. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian and Steve. It's Kathy from Pompano.
Hey, Kathy, what's up?
No, I just want to do 2 shout-outs to your sponsors. I went to 2 of them this week. I went to Anne Marie's on Sunday. Yeah, I went to Anne Marie's on Sunday. And
what'd you have?
I had the penne alla vodka, and my friend had the chicken piccata.
Oh, wow.
And, of course, we had the garlic rolls. They were amazing.
They are amazing. What was the second sponsor you used?
And then yesterday I ran into Steve at Dr. Appleton.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Appleton.
Oh, so there was a nice little crowd. A couple of people were there.
Oh, they were waiting for you, Steve.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah, it was nice. So,
That's great.
yeah, so I'm just very happy with your sponsors. I'm still thinking about Dr. Appleton, but...
Well, that's good. Well, I appreciate all the kind words for our sponsors. That's greatly appreciated. Thanks for your support. Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Well, thanks so much. I appreciate the call. That's so nice. Thank you so much. We appreciate all the support you guys give to our sponsors to the program. You know, the sponsors that we have, just so you guys know, if that are new to the program, every sponsor we have, either I use them, Steve uses them, or we both use them, right? Like Lighthouse Medical, I don't have neuropathy, so Steve is, you know, using them for his neuropathy, you know. But, you know, one or both of us use every sponsor, and before we tell you about them, we use them. We ate at Anne Marie's before we started talking about Anne Marie's. I had my knee work done with Dr. Appleton before we started talking about Dr. Appleton, and the list goes on and on. So thank you guys for your support. All right, we'll take our break and be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. Dr. Appleton before we started talking about Dr. Appleton, and the list goes on and on. So thank you guys for your support. All right, we'll take our break and be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
The Steve Kane Show.
Where am I?
Now with Coral Springs, or just now with Boca. Anyone just now at Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call, 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and North Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. And make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
Denise Hair Salon, one of the trendiest salons in Brooklyn, is officially in Boca. Known for its professionalism and uniquely talented staff, we're excited to offer a free consultation for every new client. We're looking forward to welcoming you to our new location. Book your appointment today and get 20% off any hair service.
Located at 7600 North Federal Highway in Boca, or check us out on IG at Denise Hair Salon and call 561-826-8704.
That's Denise with the Z.
This segment of the Steve Kane Show is brought to you by I Will Advisors. Seniors, medical open enrollment is approaching. Do you know what Medicare options are available to you? Call Debbie at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080, and she will answer all your Medicare questions. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Hey, it's John Tesh. Are you a sales professional looking to take your career to the next level? Join the sales team of one of the fastest growing radio stations in Palm Beach County. We're looking for a self-motivated closer to join the ranks and be a part of not only the most fun radio group in South Florida, but the one that pays the highest commission. Email your resume to jobs@bcmglive.com. You can to be a part of a great industry that's fun and has a six-figure income potential. If you're a sales professional who has worked in the advertising sales industry or a recent college graduate looking to start your career, email your resume to jobs@bcmglive.com. Great job with the highest radio sales commissions in Palm Beach County awaits you. BCMG is an equal opportunity employer.
Think you might have COVID? Have you come into contact with someone who is sick? Are you traveling and need a COVID test? Same-day PCR testing is available at any lab test now of Coral Springs on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. Open Monday through Saturday. No appointment necessary.
Grab your coffee and get ready to be triggered. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here. I was just reading this article about Amy Coney Barrett during the break. I tell you, liberals are just terrible people. Listen to this. She's just signed a $2 million. She signed a $2 million book deal about a year ago, right, with Random House. More than 470 members of the writing, publishing, and literary community have signed a petition opposing Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett's upcoming book. So these liberal writers, publishers, and members of the literary community are openly book burners. They want a book destroyed because they don't like who wrote it and they don't like what's in it. The damning petition was signed by various members of the literary community, including editors, authors, publishers for Random House, who's liberal jerks who want to burn Amy Coney Barrett's book. She was among those in power who voted to overturn women's abortion rights. It's not just the book we disagree with. We're not calling for censorship. We just don't want it published. Well, that's censorship. These book burners don't get it. The Nazis, who were most notorious for the book burning, it was the there's a great book called The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. It's about 8,000 pages, and it's the best book written about the history of Nazi Germany. It was the National Socialist Workers' Party, okay, the Nazi Party, commie name, right? The reason they always call them the Nazis and not National Socialist or the National Socialist Workers' Party is because liberals write the books and they don't want you to know that they have that in common, that they're socialists, just like the Democrats today. These Democrats have signed a petition. They have Amy Coney Barrett derangement syndrome, because she's a woman who has like 12 children because she's Catholic. She's good looking. She's got the top job you can get, right? Supreme Court justice, lifetime appointment. They don't agree with her, so they want to burn her book, and they're so consumed with their hate, they don't even realize that they're talking about burning a book, her book that's already been written. They're sickos. Her book will probably be the most important book written by a lady Supreme Court. It's easy for a woman on the Supreme Court to write a book and talk about abortion rights. Her book is unique. She's a conservative woman at this level who has very conservative positions. All right, another thing they have in common with the Nazis, by the way, other than book burning, is dehumanizing a life. That's what the Nazis did with the Jews. They said Jews weren't even human, and others too. I know it wasn't just Jews. And they do the same thing to unborn children.
Like the unborn child.
That's right.
Human being is just a collection of cells.
That's correct. Yeah, they're dehumanizing unborn children just like the Nazis. So they got a lot in common with the Nazis. They're socialist, they're book burners, and they dehumanize those that they don't want around. Yeah. When I was younger, I knew this girl who was very active in the National Organization for Women. And she said they're all lesbians. And the reason that they're pro-choice is because they view abortion as an issue that men are telling them what to do, and they can't handle men telling them what to do about anything. That's why they're pro-abortion. I don't know if that's still the case or not. I don't know what it is, but
Watch the crowds at some of these demonstrations.
Yeah,
it's quite obvious.
Well, if you want to know what feminist lesbians think about America, watch The Handmaid's Tale. I've seen every episode of The Handmaid's Tale, and it's a liberal lesbian's idea of what America is like, and it's interesting, you know. All right, our number 1-888 Gu Kane. Although it's been on a season too long, this season of The Handmaid's Tale is really bad. 1-888-465-2631 toll-free call, and of course we're also celebrating Elon Musk buying Twitter, which is, Steve, I know you don't like the internet, but Elon Musk, he bought Twitter. He fired all the top people, the liberal jerks that banned Trump, instantly. And the way to think about it is Elon Musk buying Twitter is as if Donald Trump had bought CNN and MSNBC. It's that big of a deal, and it's going to change everything. You're on the radio. Oh yes. Oh, that's the liberal, Steve. There you go. Yeah, the liberal, the dial tone. That's the liberal. 1-888 Go Kane 1-888-465-2631. But this thing with Elon Musk, Steve, you know, Twitter has been driving the news cycle for 5 or 6 years. And the news media, the people that are in the mainstream news, you know, like what I was telling you the other day about when Chris Cuomo contacted me on Twitter and all that stuff. All the members of the mainstream media live on Twitter. They're on it all day. And Twitter has been influencing them so far as what's important, what people care about. Everything in our lives has been influenced by Twitter for the last 5, 6, 7 years, and it's all been fake. And now that Elon Musk has taken... Twitter has been the biggest weapon of the political establishment and of the media for the last half dozen years. And now that they've lost it, you're going to start to see some major depression in the news media over this. There's not one area where the Democrats are winning anything, Steve. We're winning in the election. We're ahead in all the polls. They lost Twitter. Trump got his plane redone and painted. You know, starting on the 3rd is Trump's next rally is on the 3rd. And he basically has a rally every day, sometimes 2 a day. And, you know, going on here for several days.
You're going to find a lot of them are going to get picked up by Fox.
I don't think Fox will carry one Trump rally. Not one.
You know, that's because you haven't been watching one.
Really? They've carried a rally?
Well, the best way I described Fox's programming from Hannity forward in the last couple of weeks is that Trump rallies without Trump.
Yeah, but they haven't carried a Trump rally, though. They haven't carried like an official Trump rally.
But that's going to be my prediction.
You're going to be wrong.
As I think that's what they're going to transist into the last week. They're going to...
You're dreaming.
The two.
You're dreaming. You are dreaming. They're not going to carry a single Trump rally. And I'll tell you, because Neil Cavuto is a prime example of this. I remember this was towards the end of Trump's first term, and it was after January 6th. President Trump came out to speak at a press conference. Cavuto President Trump is coming on. We've got to cut away. He may unleash his forces against us. It's not going to happen.
While you have been getting your beauty rest during the Hannity show for the last week, every night they have featured one of the major conservative candidates.
But that's not a rally.
And formed what amounts to a rally around.
Okay, I'm going to do something that I've never done. I'm going to make you a bet, okay? But I want to clarify this bet because I know Steve, you'll find a way. Fox TV, we're talking about the main Fox News channel, not business, okay? Okay, I'm going to make you a bet that they will not, and when I say run a rally, I don't mean a clip, I mean run the rally. They're not going to run a single rally before the election on Fox News television. Not Fox Business, the regular Fox News, and also... they do run the rallies on the Fox Nation app. Fox does run the rallies on their app. So I'm going to make you a bet. No, not a feature. I'm going to make you a bet. I'm going to bet you a pizza at Anne Marie's that Fox News Channel will not carry a Trump rally on Fox News Channel. And that doesn't mean a clip. I mean, carry the whole rally.
Clean it up a little bit. They're going to, like they did last night. Last night, I'm trying to remember.
Whoever came up with the pizza idea.
Last night.
In the chat, I saw that real quick. Not gonna. Well, we're up against the break, Steve. So you think about that. I'm telling you, that I'm talking about Fox News TV. I don't mean clips or highlights. I mean the rally.
The 8 o'clock slot.
No, they're not going to carry it. I'll bet you on Anne Marie's Pizza they do not carry a rally. And I don't mean a clip or a highlight reel. I mean carry. Okay, we got a break. We'll be right back. I'll bet you on Anne Marie's Pizza they do not carry a rally. And I don't mean a clip or a highlight reel. I mean carry. Okay, no. we got a break. We'll be right back.
Tired of boring mornings? We serve controversy with your morning coffee. The Steve Kane Show. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9. Alexa rocks, and now so do you.
How can I help you?
Just say, Alexa, play Oldies South Florida.
Okay, playing it now.
Now you've got the good time oldies 95.3 and 96.9. Now, here's the
What do you guys? Yes or no? Trump will a Trump rally. Yes or no? Will a Trump rally be carried by Fox News? Will Fox News run a Trump rally? Yes or no?
95.3 and 96.9 on social media.
A cheese personal pizza. No, I'm kidding. No.
Other good time oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at Oldies South Florida. True Oldies. Traffic check.
Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Oh, they haven't carried a rally in years. I mean, how long has it been since they carried one? No way. No way.
Brian Craig here. You've heard me talk about how Dr. Appleton has rid me of knee pain with his laser away pain system. Let me introduce you to Dr. Appleton.
I had a new patient on Saturday, came in with sciatic, leg pain. She lifted something wrong on Saturday. She said, can this help me? And I said, sure. And we did the laser on her on Saturday. On Monday, she returned, and she said, thank you, thank you, thank you. The joy of doing this all these years is helping patients, and the laser is just an amazing tool that I use to help people. With acute, chronic, young, old, golf, tennis players, NBA, football players, male, female, it doesn't matter. The laser will help. And once we finish patients up, I never hear from anybody. What I do hear from them is the referrals, the family, the wife, the cousin, the nephew that comes back to me. And that's the biggest joy of my life.
Give Dr. Appleton a call at 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710 and say bye-bye to your pain.
It's hurricane season. And
Yeah, I didn't see one yes.
Your ceiling, you have a leak in your roof. When we had a leak in our roof at the Kane household, we called Tom Laporta. He's the best in the business. Remember, small leaks turn into medium leaks, and medium leaks turn into big problems. Call licensed contractor Tom Laporta for a free roof inspection. 954-604-4602. And tell him Steve Kane sent you.
This segment of the Steve Kane Show is brought to you by I Will Advisors. Seniors,
Steve Kane Show.
medical open enrollment is approaching.
Hey, one.
Do you know what Medicare options are available to you? Call Debbie at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080, and she will answer all your Medicare questions. 954-753-8080.
What would be epic? What did Jethro say? I missed it. I missed what Chaplain Jethro said. Hey guys, make sure you follow me on Twitter. I pinned my Twitter right to the top of the chat. Brian Craig Show on Twitter. I pinned my Twitter link. Lisa, you think they're going to carry a Trump rally, or are you just trying to give a yes? You actually believe that? No way. Now, I want to tell you guys, this is the second day that I'm live streaming using the YouTube app as opposed to the Streamlabs app that I've used for years. I think this app is, I think using the YouTube app is better. I used it today and yesterday. I think the picture looks better. What do you guys think? Is this better? I think it's better. But you guys watch me more than I do, you know, so you tell me. Better. Better? Yeah, well, I'll keep using it. Yeah, it does seem to be working better. Well, like I said yesterday, years ago, the YouTube app didn't live stream very well, but they've obviously upgraded it. Too much light. Yeah, I think it's better. Yeah. Make sure you guys like the video. If you don't mind, please like the video. That helps so much, giving that thumbs up, liking the video. It lets YouTube know you like the video, you like my content, and recommends all my content to people that have not yet found me. No, you're fine, Doug. We were just, you know, we were just making fun of you. That's okay, conservative Doug. Well, I'm not going to tint the windows for you, Jeff. We're moving to a new facility in a few weeks. I'm not even going to be in this building anymore. I'm moving to our radio station company's main headquarters. They're moving me to the main headquarters in a few weeks with new studios. Yes, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. There's only one opening on the board, so let me clarify the bet, Steve. Okay, and we'll make it a meat lovers pizza. Okay, I'm gonna bet you a meat lovers pizza, whichever, you know, if you want Sicilian or not, extra cheese. That's right, at Anne Marie's, that they will not carry a complete Trump rally on Fox News Channel proper. No, they have to carry the rally. Like, for example, he has a rally coming up. No.
Yeah, it's going to be part of a victory celebration. It's not going to be called a rally. But
oh, no. We're talking about different things. No, we're talking about different things. So you don't want to bet with me. Okay. I've never known you to run away from a bet.
From a bet, I'm defining a bet.
You're making another one, a different bet. You're talking about the morning after the election, the victory speech.
Night of the election.
That's not a rally. No, that's not a rally. A rally, you know what the rallies are. I'm talking about a rally. Okay, so you agree with me they won't carry a rally. They make, okay. All right. There's only one opening on our board. Let's go to the phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Frank. And where we're going to go and eat. And item off the list, and that is where we go to eat, and that is Wings Plus. And our one liberal friend dubbed him to be the godfather of wings. That's how good he thought of those wings. And we go to the location, which you guys never mentioned. Yeah, in the world. I mean, that's why he dubbed him to be the godfather of wings. But let me just tell Chewbacca so we could throw out McConnell.
Well, he had a rally in Alaska a few months ago.
Finish about the show. You need to go back there to because that is a crucial vote.
Well, I missed it, and I got a call in the 6 o'clock hour. Chewbacca had they had the Senate debate in Alaska last night. Apparently, I missed the whole thing, and I'm going to try to catch that today. What a caller told, I can't remember who called me about it. I think it was Mike in Louisiana. He said they didn't ask Chewbacca too many questions. They were trying to act like she wasn't in the room. It was a three-way debate: the Murkowski, the other Democrat, and Chewbacca. Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Okay. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Helen from Kansas.
Hey, Helen.
Helen.
Hi, guys. Have you guys heard that Fox TV calls Arizona?
No, they didn't do that. Well, Todd Starnes is wrong. No, they did not do that. Okay. I don't even know who Todd... Do you know who Todd Starnes is, Steve? The name sounds familiar.
His brother Howard's.
Listen, there's a lot of people, okay, we're not hearing from a lot of liberals, okay, because they're losing. Yeah. But what you're hearing from are a lot of people pretending to be conservatives trying to depress the vote, okay? They're trying to do anything to discourage you. Don't fall for that, okay? All right, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Tom from Florida. How you doing?
Hey, Tom. What part of Florida?
West Palm Beach.
Oh, I'm in Palm Beach County. Steve. Okay, go ahead. What's on your mind?
First of all, I hope your wife is...
Yeah, I wish she was. She's having some issues. Complications.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Being an individual I'm in the middle. I listen to your show. You know, I believe, half the stuff, but the other half of the stuff, I was just curious on both your point of view. Presidential run. Now, I agree with you.
His line went dead. I did not hang up on him. He hung up on himself. I like to think maybe he did it by accident.
Back. We'll put you right up.
I had a great question for that guy, and I'm not going to give it out unless he calls back. I don't want to give it away. I had a very good question for that because that... yeah, I'll save what I was thinking. He might call back. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Seminar caller.
Good morning, Stephen Bryan.
That was
Jeff
a
from Maine.
fake caller. Yeah, but he's a seminar caller.
Hey,
for
I'm
sure.
doing good, Steve. How you guys? Most prayers for Kathy.
Thank you.
And pray for you.
Thank you.
I do have a question because I believe that Elon Musk is going to allow President Trump back on Twitter, and it's going to...
Yes. Well, okay. Let me tell you, Elon Musk fired the top 3 liberal jerks at Twitter. Okay, none of them I can pronounce their names. But nothing again. I'm not making fun of their nationality. I just can't pronounce their names. But that CEO, that lawyer that ran the place, and these were the people that were all involved in the banning and the shadow banning of people. President Trump said he will not go back on Twitter if Elon takes over. I think I think he wouldn't be able to resist. I gave this example earlier. When the New York City, when they were taking bids to rebuild at Ground Zero, President Trump had a bid and a plan to rebuild, and he wanted to build replicas of the World Trade Centers that got knocked down. I saw him, he was on Neil Cavuto's show talking about this before he was running, and so Neil Cavuto was sucking up to him then, He said he wanted to build replicas of the same towers, but make each one of them 1 story taller as an FU to the terrorists, right? So, and I thought that was amazing. That was the best concept. He should have gotten it just based on that. But so I think Elon Musk said no more lifetime bans. That means Trump, Laura Loomer, Milo Yiannopoulos, Mike Lindell, a whole list of people. I think he'll turn Trump's Twitter back on, and I think Trump will go there and tweet at least once. Just as like he wanted to make the trade towers, rebuild them 1 story higher, just to say they didn't win, I'm here. I think he'll do it.
I think it'd be huge.
Yeah, it would be massive.
Yes, and and one more thing, I believe that you're going to find out how many bots were on that Twitter before Elon took it, but he will gain more than he loses in those bot accounts. You know what I mean?
More than half of the activity on Twitter is fake. More than half of it. Yeah. Because it's been used I was talking to, we got the gold report coming up in a little bit. Gold and silver are like real stuff you can hold in your hand. The cryptocurrency is all fake. It doesn't exist. It's in the air, right? Twitter is what has pumped up all that fake Bitcoin, fake money. Twitter made people think it was. So Twitter has influenced our news, our politics, our financial markets, everything. And Elon taking it over is a bigger deal than I think most people realize.
Biden's Department of Missing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, Jeff, I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. Always a good call. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm sorry, guys. I got cut out before.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I was trying to get your opinion. Ron DeSantis, I agree with you with the Trump VP. Now, what's all this talk about Green and Trump's VP?
It came out of the Trump camp. A story leaked out last week that Marjorie Taylor Greene is on the top of Trump's list for VP picks, and the reason given was he views her as being loyal.
Surprised me if that were true.
In my opinion, I think that would only hurt him.
How would it hurt him?
Just because, for what, Trump's loyal base and who's ever on the fence, I'm just saying, she's got some pretty whacked out views when it comes to certain things. And she,
it's not just that. It's the problem is she takes attention away from where it belongs, which is on Trump.
And DeSantis wouldn't?
No, I think DeSantis, is a more stabilized force than she is.
Oh, I see what you mean. She's a mouthy broad.
Also, too, Brian, yes, absolutely, Brian. You know that she actually, when a Parkland shooter was testifying for the Second Amendment thing, I get it. But she afterwards taunted that individual, that child, the survivor of Parkland.
David Hogg, when she confronted David Hogg. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but that, I love Marjorie Taylor Greene. The only... Oh, I'd love her as VP. I'd love her to be in a debate with Kamala Harris and the VP. Yeah, listen, we're up against the break. I'm glad you called us back. Thanks, and welcome to the show. All right, listen, we'll take a break. Be back with the Gold Report. And the VP.
Yeah, but that's not the basis upon which you want to choose the
Yeah,
VP.
listen, we're up against the break. I'm glad you called us back. Thanks, and welcome to the show. All right, listen, we'll take a break. Be back with the Gold Report.
The longest running radio show in the state of Florida. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Oldies 95.3 and...
All right, we are back, and it's time to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated, as we do every morning at this time with the Morning Gold and Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, how the metals look today?
Metals look like another buying opportunity day in which we've pulled back to some support levels, giving us a little bit of a buying opportunity on the metals. Yesterday we saw gold close down $1.80. It did get up to, it closed at 1663.70. It was over 1670 at one point. The silver was up 2 cents on the day, closing at $19.59. Platinum gained $5 yesterday at $958, while palladium was down $27 at $1,870. Trading ranges for gold overnight were 1640 to 1668. The strong support for gold is still around that $1,600 number, with resistance up around 17. And for most of the time, we've been trading in mid-range on that. Gold right now, 1647, down $16.70. Silver down 34 cents at $19.25, while platinum is down $13 at $9.45, and palladium is down $35 at $1,835. So the ranges have continued to trade up and down, but usually when we get days like this, it's a good buying opportunity.
Yeah, buying opportunity for sure. I wanted to ask you a specific question about something, William Youngman. You mentioned yesterday the American Silver Eagle prices are like crazy high, out of control right now, right? The premiums are like crazy high. People that are holding, I know there's a lot of Silver Eagle guys out there. People that have Silver Eagles, what should they be doing? Should they hold? Should they sell?
Personally, I think it's a great opportunity to trade in your Silver Eagles and for a lesser premium silver and end up with many more ounces of silver by doing so.
I thought you would say that. I was talking to Steve yesterday to see how many eagles he has. So, the silver eagle premiums are like an all-time high right now. So, if someone comes in with some American silver eagles, you would recommend that they move into what? Would you say?
Other silver products that with less premium, either 100-ounce bars or silver rounds or 10-ounce silver bars, something that that can give them a trade-in and take advantage of these high premiums, and then end up with many more ounces of silver in the process without having to come up with any money.
I know a lot of people have been wondering how they were what they were gonna do with their silver eagles because the premiums have been high for a long time, and now is an opportunity to take that and turn it into you'll have more metal than you currently have, which is a pretty good deal. Now, that's what I'm talking about. If you got a question, call William Youngerman. They'll answer your questions over there, and you get great advice. Now, no matter where you're located, if you're interested in turning your eagles over and trading them in for some others, so you can have more silver than you currently have, no matter where you're located, you can do that transaction over the phone with William Youngerman as well. He opens up at 10 a.m., 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010. Online, WilliamYoungerman.com, or stop right in, located right here in Boca at 150 East Palmetto Park Road on the first floor of the Bank of America building, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. All right, William Youngerman, we'll talk next week. All right, back after this. Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. All right, William Youngerman, we'll talk next week.
Okay, have a great weekend. Thank you.
All right, back after this.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian. Steve, see, didn't I tell you, Steve, about that with the Eagles? I told you this morning. I said, start looking, see what you got. Well, yeah. Our number is 1-888-GO-KANE-1, and remember, Fridays is open phones. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday here on the Steve Kane Show. That means anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Fridays. You're not limited to the topics that Steve or I bring up. Our number, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Gary from Texas.
Hey, Gary. Oh, by the way, in Texas, Abbott is up several points against Beto in the newest polls. I don't think I got to that one. I'll have to look it up, but I know he's ahead in a safe lead. I'll have to look it up.
Earlier, it was only a couple of points. It was something like 4 or 5.
5 solid. 5 solid. Anyway, what's on your mind, Texas?
Oh, well, I was just thinking that the states need to adopt. Y'all revamp the vote?
Okay, I get it. See, that's what I was talking about with Richie earlier. All right, 1-888-GO-KANE. Oh, I'm waiting for the delay to build back up, callers. If you're on hold, stand by. 1-888-GO-KANE-1. And, this is such an interesting thing. When you do this for a long time, the seminar callers, they have like an office at the DNC for the seminar callers. And years ago, the seminar callers, they were guys who sounded gay, right? But were trying to be Republicans. And remember those callers, Steve? They would say they were Republicans their whole life, and now for the first time, they're voting Democrat, and they always were gay, And people around the country that are amateurs and on the radio doing talk shows, those seminar callers were so bad, even they fell for it, right? They couldn't, because they're like, come on, listen to your voice. You never were a conservative. So this election cycle, the seminar callers, they're either from Texas or Kentucky, and they all have Southern accents. Every seminar caller has a Southern accent. Most of them from Kentucky, sometimes from Texas, but they all seminar callers now have Southern accents, and and sometimes the Southern accent's just a little too heavy because it's fake, and they're not good at it. I don't know. It's just the trend of the seminar caller We should write a book just on seminar callers and how to detect them. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hey, JJ.
Well, briefly about the...
Yeah.
say that he shouldn't be. I mean, they should be welcomed with open arms, because by the time they get from our southern border to Canada, up to Canada on the north, I mean, they've got iPads, iPhones, all the medical, dental. They've got
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, what's the worry?
Obama phones. And let me tell you something here, and you guys watch out for this. Do you notice everyone coming across the southern border all of a sudden is Venezuelan? They all say they're Venezuelan. How do you tell the difference between a Venezuelan and a Colombian? You don't, right? Exactly. Because Venezuela is, I don't know, what form of government do they have? Communist dictatorship? I'm not exactly sure what form of government we would exactly call it today. Little military, communist, dictatorship, you know, a little bit of anarchy. But if you come to America and say you're from Venezuela, you automatically, you know, get a safe haven because of the government status down there. That's why they all say they're from Venezuela. They're not. It's a lie. You know?
These seminal callers, that it's interesting. When I call in, I just turn off YouTube because I don't want to see. I just wait for you know, to get them. So I don't get distracted. But when I watch you and just watch you on YouTube, and when people call in, it's like all of a sudden you kind of lean in a little bit, your spidey senses are up, and all of a sudden, bang, you're dropping the call.
I know. I'm good at it. I know.
And yesterday you said that you know, later you debriefed Steve, and I just was sitting here. My sister was here actually watching with me, and I said, you know, Brian's kind of like a priest in the confessional. He, you know, nobody hears it except him, but then he has to debrief, you know, bishops.
Do you mean my priest tells my bishop my confessions?
Well, you have to tell Steve.
Oh my goodness. You know, I haven't been to confessional in several years. I got to go back, because you're supposed to go once a year. And I remember I went to last time I went to confession, it had been a while, and every time I go to confession, I feel like I've seen too many movies where the priest is really a hitman on the other side. But I forgot what to say when I went in for confession, because it's been so long. I forgot what to say, and you know, and it's not just forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. There's a whole thing. So I said to the priest, I said, Father, I forgot what I'm supposed to say. So he handed me a little paper through the slot that had all the things I'm supposed to say on the written on it. So it must be very common. Pretty, yeah.
Me, quite honestly, me as well.
Yeah.
You know, Father, for I have sinned, but
there's more.
A lot of things. Sometimes I get, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I forget.
Yeah, I get.
You know what the fun part is? You know, confession is usually on Saturdays. Okay, before Mass on Saturdays, and you're in line. Everybody's in line outside the confessional, and I'm always wondering, what are they thinking? What are they? You know what I mean? You're always wondering, and sometimes you'll see someone, and you'll say, I see them in church every week. I wonder what they got going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Were you an altar boy?
No, I just became a Catholic a few years ago. I'm new. Yeah. All right. Take care. Thanks for the call. You talk about the Catholic Church and Twitter, and Steve falls asleep on me. That's okay. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Hey, Randy. Hey, Randy.
Taking over Twitter. I think this is a good thing for Twitter, but I got this feeling in my gut that maybe there's something fishy there, so I'm kind of playing it by ear. I'm wondering if maybe it might be just another distraction to take our eye off.
No, it's not a distraction. You know, it's not. The media are going to downplay it because they live and die by Twitter. I've got breaking news. Hey, listen, thanks for the call. We're almost out of time, but it's not a distraction. It's a big deal. Elon Musk buying Twitter. It's huge. Okay, but breaking news, Steve. And this really is breaking news. I'm not being sarcastic. Nancy Pelosi says her husband was violently assaulted by an attacker who broke into their San Francisco home. This is in the Daily Mail. Paul Pelosi, the husband of Nancy Pelosi, was violently assaulted at their home in San Francisco Friday morning. That's this morning, Steve, after an assailant broke in and attacked him. The attacker is in custody. 82-year-old Paul Pelosi is in the hospital. The motivations for the attack are under investigation. The assailant is in custody. The motivation for the attack is under investigation. Mr. Pelosi was taken to the hospital. And that's it. I mean, you know, he just got involved in this drunk driving accident. Now he's being attacked. What? Oh, my goodness. This is...
Talking about something being rotten in the state of Denmark, that doesn't smell right to me. Desperation and a ploy to try to reverse what appears to be an inevitable disaster that awaits them at the ballot box.
Well, you think it might be some staged thing at the attack?
That's my best guess.
Well, you know what I'm wondering? Bob Saget died after a beatdown, and there was some speculation on who he was with. No, wasn't gay. Bob Saget from Full House, that was not gay. No. Might have been, I don't know, but it might have been related to bringing a lady to the room. I'm wondering, did Paul bring someone home that evening? You know what I mean? And he got rolled. Well, sometimes ladies have muscle. I'm not accusing, I don't know. With the gay, I have no idea. I do not know. I don't know, but I do know this, that the Pelosi's got to have hardcore security on their San Francisco home, okay? The idea that someone just walked in and put a beat down on Paul Pelosi just doesn't smell right to me. There's something more to that story, and we'll probably never know because Nancy Pelosi runs San Francisco, okay? And so we'll probably never get the whole story, but there's something fishy about this story. It's not a diversion. It's not a diversion. He was up to something. He was up to something, and his wife wasn't home, and he let somebody in that, and things turned south. There's something up with that, and this is the second one in the last few months. He came home from that party in the middle of the night, and we never saw the dashboard camera. This guy, there's something going on with Paul Pelosi. All right, that's it for the week. We are out of time for the week, but we'll be back on Monday. And, of course, this is the longest-running radio show in the state of Florida, the Steve Kane Show on the radio since 1977. That's right. And we are here weekday mornings talking about all the news, all the issues. This is where MAGA comes to talk. And don't forget, this is where you want to be the morning after the election for sure. We'll be processing everything the morning after. The red wave and blue flush is right around the corner. All right, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Great calls today. Those of you on hold, my apologies. We didn't get to all of you, but we most definitely did try. But we had this breaking news that we had to share. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve has been here. I'm Brian. God bless America, and God bless Donald Trump. Most definitely did try, but we had this breaking news. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, what do you guys think? There's something fishy, very fishy about that Paul Pelosi. That's not a house you can just walk into. I promise you. I promise you. Paul Pelosi was up to something. Well, listen, everyone, I got to run. But before you go, please like the video, if you don't mind. Like the video. And if you're new, please subscribe, okay? All right, I got to take off, but I will see you next time, all right? Again, thanks for watching. Make sure you like the video, and I'll talk to you soon.